Well, well, well. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the stream. I hope you all have been doing good. Because, baby, it's time for more Spirit of Justice. There we go. It's gaming time. Wait, there's DLC? I didn't know there was DLC for this game. I'll have to figure that out. I mean, I figured it out for Dual Destinies, but I need to know what it is. It's probably a new case, right? How would they make the DLC worse in the sequel? Not that I'm hoping for more extensive DLC. I'm the kind of person who hopes every game is complete when it comes out. Sadly, those hopes never seem to get realized these days. Anyway, let's continue from where we left off. Foreign turnabout. So we just kind of stumbled into this country, just barged into this trial. This poor kid. I'll be your guide. Who claims he didn't kill Mr. Roll. Not Roll. I believe his name was. I can't see profiles? Press. Okay. Weird that I can't see profiles here. Normally, that would be something you could expect to inspect. Anyway, I didn't kill Mr. Roll, and I didn't steal the treasure. I'm not allowed to go anywhere near the treasure room. Never even seen that treasure box with the... The incident happened, I was in the hallway planning out my tour route. Okay, so we know which one is B statement. Let's just press to see what we can find out. I believe you didn't do either of those things, Albie. You do? But you're a lawyer. Of course you'd say that. Now, there's no need for that.
But he's right. Lawyers always claim their client is innocent, even if they have to lie. Just like you're doing right now, accused.
Don't lump me in with that lawyer. I'm not lying. I didn't steal anything and I didn't kill anybody.
Hold it!
You're not allowed to go near the treasure room. Why is that? It's a rule of the temple. They keep a lot of important things in that room. Yes, like the Founder's Orb in particular. Only the royal family may lay eyes on it. Didn't Mr. Payne say anyone without spiritual power would go blind? I heard you wouldn't be blinded if you just looked at the outer treasure box. But I've never been anywhere near the treasure room. I'm too scared. You gotta believe me. Sorry, kid, but you're gonna have to lie better than that.
Hold it!
A box with a butterfly on it. Yeah, you can see it in that newspaper article. See? There's a relief to the Kurani's butterfly in the treasure box. Oh, this design here, carved on the back of the box. I see it now. Photo in black and white.
It's a sacred butterfly, said to carry the soul, or mitama, of the departed. Its wings form a loop that cradles the mitama and carries it into the Twilight Realm.
Oh right, the Twilight Realm. As you can see, there's even one depicted here behind me at the judge's bench. Well, what do you know? There it is. Looks like he's about to be carried off to the Twilight Realm himself. He's that age.
Anyway, I've never seen this treasure box. Besides,
the incident happened. I was in the hallway planning out my tour route.
Hold it!
Planning out your tour route, you say?
yes, I was planning out a tour for you.
For me? Well, thank you, Albie.
I wouldn't have done it if I knew you were a lawyer.
Oh.
I wasted all that time on you. Give it back.
Well, they fucking hate me here. Sadly, I'm a lawyer, not a Time Lord. Not yet, you aren't. Actually, as soon as he heard that's what I am, he's been like a totally different person. I certainly don't think Albie committed murder. However...
You disgust me.
That outburst earlier makes me wonder if he'd willingly tell me the truth. Better compare his statements and court record carefully. If I find an inconsistency, I can present some evidence, capital P, and maybe get him to open up. Easy enough. Well, where is it? Which one is the, okay, it's this one. Details. Yep. There you go.
Objection!
Oh, Albie. Why would you lie to me? So, you say you've never laid eyes on the treasure box, is that right?
That's right. It's forbidden, so I'd never do that.
In that case, how did you know that there was a green butterfly on it?
Huh? Because I saw the picture of it in that newspaper article.
Nope. Take another look. Those photos are in black and white. You couldn't possibly tell what color the butterfly is from these pictures.
Ah!
Hold on. His bag. Did it just move? There's a creature. The Polukunka. Are those the the expletives in this country? Polukunka. How could you use the P word, Judge? You're a professional. Beg your pardon.
Polkunka is a word in Koreanese that people use when they're surprised.
You just exposed a lie. So this is the power of cross-examination, is it? Oh my god. They've never... they've never encountered liars before. I should be the one shocked here by your shocking lack of understanding. But, just a moment. If the accused was lying, that just makes him more suspicious than ever. Has anyone in this country used their brain cells before? And this just makes things worse for me than ever. Albie, are you hiding something? Please give only true statements. I can't help you if you don't tell the truth. What is in the bag? Just can't seem to get him to open up to me.
So, accused, you have seen the treasure box with your own eyes after all, haven't you? Well, maybe I did take a peek one time, a long time ago when I was cleaning the treasure room.
But you weren't in the treasure room at the time of the incident, right?
Of course I wasn't.
Yeah, sure.
That is a lie. You were most definitely inside the treasure room on the day of the incident. And I have proof.
He does?
This was found on the floor of the treasure room. It's a scroll entitled Notice and contains a list of temple monk duties. These instructions pertain to the day of the incident.
And what exactly is that supposed to prove?
The accused's fingerprints were found on the scroll.
Oh dear. What? Oh no! Where is it? It's not here! You're gonna let the creature out. I must have dropped it somewhere.
Indeed. You must have dropped it when you were busy murdering the victim.
Notice from the day of the incidents, the defendant's fingerprints were found on it. Alright. No. That means... Alright, let's see what else we can see. Details. Due to the growing number of thefts around the temple, we'll be tightening security throughout. Therefore, all of the hallway shutters will remain shut for today's dance of devotion. Okay. Bobby was there on the day of the incident? Ha 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 ha. So this is the power of cross-examination. The more the accused talks, the guiltier he paints himself. I can talk.
Yes, it would seem so, Your Majesty.
Predicted my argument and had evidence ready to refute it. Who is this guy? He's grown. See, I told you can't trust lawyers and their lies. Her benevolence already said the kid's guilty. Just declare him guilty and get it over with. No, everything's going all wrong. Shadow. Shadow? I think Shadow. What do I do? As I suspected, this cross-examination session has served no purpose whatsoever. No, you're wrong. But armed as we are with her benevolence's insight, there's no reason to doubt his guilt. I guess I'll just have to poke holes in his insight of hers. By the way, this didn't prove to be very interesting at all, Mr. Payne. Nevertheless, I will now finally announce my verdict. Wait just one moment, Your Majesty. I haven't seen this divination seance for myself yet. As the defense, I have the right to check it. Is that really necessary? I have to get home and apologize to my wife. I guess she really did give him the business.
Your Majesty, I enthusiastically support having Mr. Wright see the seance.
You do? Why is that, Mr. Payne?
Don't you want to see it? See the lawyer being utterly crushed by the power of the seance?
You know, I'm wondering whose side Payne is on. Is he a man on the inside trying to reform this country? Is he a double agent? Perhaps?
And then watch him tearfully beg for mercy?
Well, no.
I'm sure it'll make up for not getting to go to that class with your wife.
It certainly does sound worth seeing. And it'd give me a juicy tidbit to tell the missus. Ha 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 ha. I've been reduced to a juicy tidbit. Wouldn't be the first time. Looking at you, Miles. Well, for an interloper, I imagine you do have to see it for yourself to be convinced. It's certainly unprecedented, but let's have the divination seance performed again. But then, right after the tearful begging, I really do have to be going. The only tearful begging is going to come from the prosecution when we're through.
How pitiful the defense looks, still scrambling desperately for a foothold. Blissfully unaware that defeat and despair are all that await him.
Hello again. Rafa? Here she is, her benevolence. Your benevolence. Rafa Padma Kuraitan. Thank you for coming all this way once again.
Your gratitude is unnecessary. This is simply my duty. Barb-headed attorney.
Yes?
I am told you question the veracity of the sacred divination seance. It would seem the depths of your irreverence and blasphemy are lost on you.
I'm just a foreigner, ignorant in the ways and customs of this country. I apologize in advance for anything rude I might say or do, Your Benevolence. All I want is a fair trial for Albie.
You would imply that the trials of this country are unfair? Do explain, outsider. How verdicts founded on truths imparted by the very souls of the dead lack impartiality.
What's fair about trials with no defense and no chance for the accused to tell their story? How dare you speak to Her Benevolence in that manner?
Did you hear that? Did you hear me talk to Her Benevolence? What does he know about anything? Ignorant outsider. He won't stand for it. He must be punished.
Yikes. Looks like I really stuck my foot in it this time.
Punish him! Punish him!
Oh man. I'm gonna get stoned.
Silence, one and all.
Is she standing up for me?
Be not disquieted, my people. He merely expresses his opinion.
Well, well. Looks like Her Benevolence is going to be more reasonable than I thought.
Attorneys are ghastly creatures.
Oh, oof.
With souls stained black by brazen untruths. The words of a lowly worm such as that are not worth troubling yourselves over.
All right, I take that back.
None of his prattling can sway the truth of my insights.
The capital I.
Rest assured, he will soon see the error of his foolish ways.
Now then, Your Benevolence. The divination seance, if you would. I'm guessing this is the gimmick of this game.
Certainly. Dana, my robe.
Oh, there you go. Disrobed, distaffed.
O Holy Mother,
Oh.
we hold this divination seance in
Voice
your
acting.
name.
In the trial? Outside of the objections?
Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped.
This is groundbreaking.
O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Ooh. Oh, okay, look at her go. Fuck it up. Clap, 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 clap. Round of applause. Very pretty. Ooh. Huh? Incense. Song of Ceremony. Boy's Voice. pain. That's it? What just happened? An image appeared in the pool. I hope I don't need to watch the whole dance every time she does this in a trial. A final message from the victim's soul, the last communication of his Mitama. The divination seance has revealed this to us.
Her benevolence can use her power of spirit communion. Project the victim's memories of the last few moments before their demise.
Interesting. So what we saw in the pool is what Mr. Roll actually experienced.
In the victim's memories, we see the accused raising a weapon up over his head.
Do you, though? You only see his arms, you don't see the weapon.
This is consistent with the findings of the police investigation. There has to be some kind of mistake. I didn't do it.
This looks bad for Albie. Really, really bad.
Now, do you see why I'm the incredible Pain?
Pain, you didn't do shit. It was all Rafa. More than I can express. But even if those really are the victim's last memories, what can I do with them?
There it is. There's the face of a man being utterly crushed. Oh, how long I've waited to see it. Isn't it wonderfully gratifying, Your Majesty?
Oh yes, very satisfying indeed. Now, are you finally convinced, traveler? The accused is most assuredly guilty. You're really the only unbiased one here? Now then, I think we've been amused enough. If you give up now, I won't even invoke the Defense Culpability Act against you. The Defense Culpability Act? That was in color. It must be important. You'd be free to slink back to your own country with your tail between your legs. The Defense Culpability Act? What's that? What? You mean you honestly don't know? Sorry, I don't know the niche laws that you've passed in a country outside of my own. No? Your niche judicial laws. Of a niche country. Very true. That's Uzziah. Good to see you here. What's with all the hubbub?
Well, not only is he a lying, black-hearted lawyer, he's also an imbecile. Your Majesty, I think you better explain the Defense Culpability Act to him.
Yes, I think I'd better. The Defense Culpability Act, or DC Act for short, is as follows. In the name of Her Eminence, those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. Oh, so I'm putting my life on the line too. Well, there's some extra stakes. That's juicy. I can get behind that. In other words, if you help the accused by defending him and he is found guilty, wait, that means when I get a game over, I literally die. That's awesome. You will receive the same sentence as he.
What? What kind of insane law is that?
Under the DC Act, many an attorney has been convicted and met with a grim fate. Some went to prison, others received the death penalty. That's why there are so few in our country today who admit to being an attorney. Okay, why was that law passed in the first place?
That's as it should be. The history of our courts proves that. Attorneys are black-souled creatures who will tell any lie to save the accused. Thus, attorneys deserve to be exterminated.
Jeez. I never felt such hostility coming at me from so many sides. What happened to make everyone feel this way? Bunch of Daleks. I'm not a... What's the name of the fan base? I'm not a Whovian. But I know what those are.
You fell right into my trap, Phoenix Wright. Your win streak against me and my brother ends today. With the seance and the DC Act on my side, I will finally get my revenge.
Pain hates me enough to try and kill me? Wait, you're right. I didn't even realize. Never mind. Never mind my whole, theorizing about him being a double agent. Trying to get me to reform this place by luring me here. That's why he was so eager to have me defend Albie. You know? Maybe he's so petty to move to this country, the one country where they kill lawyers, just so that he can get the chance to do this to me, on the off chance that I do visit this country. This guy's insane. I respect the dedication.
Chased out and humiliated back home, fate brought me to the foothills of Kurain. I thank my lucky stars that I'm chief prosecutor here now.
Defense, know that if I rule that the accused is guilty, you will go to prison too. That explains Albie's reaction earlier.
Defend me? Mr. Wright, what are you saying? You can't do that. Your Majesty, isn't a prison sentence a bit lenient? After all, we are talking about treason. One should pay for such a crime with one's life.
Oh, he's really trying to kill me. Yes, I believe that a death penalty might be appropriate under these circumstances. The death penalty? Oh, no way. You're kidding, right, Your Majesty? Do I look like I'm kidding? I'll have you put your life and your dark, tainted soul in the line here. Death? This can't be happening.
The courts of resignation. Our courts are well known as thus. In this land, where my seances provide the truth and no attorneys can intervene, criminals know that all they can do is resign themselves to their fate.
Oh, foreign lawyer, I ask you once more. Are you sure you still want to defend the accused? Oh. There's Maya to think of in all this, too. I just laid down my life. What in the world should I do? Abandon. We don't need to play this game, right? We can just leave. This was real life. Multiple governments would have protested by now. Yeah, for real. This would be a global issue. I mean, what would Kurain be able to do to retaliate? Defend with their spirit mediums? Anyway, we're continuing. Isn't this why I became a lawyer in the first place? Aww. Oh, this brings me back. To help those with no one on their side. I can't just abandon everything I believe in. All I can do now is stand firm and fight.
Well, don't hold your tears back on my account, Phoenix Wright. Admit your defeat and grovel before me, the chief prosecutor, for your life.
Objection!
There we go. There it is. Even if it means being subject to the Defense Culpability Act. I will defend Albie. Oh, they're using this theme again? What? Mr. Wright! There you go. Where'd those fruits come from? The defendant insists he's innocent. Not even a divination seance should be accepted without examination. Bokunka! Bokunka indeed. But if I'm found guilty, you'll get the death penalty too. Even knowing that, you still want to defend me? I don't know what happened in the past, but it looks like everyone in this country considers lawyers to be liars. Is this the first time they've reused the melody for one of these turnabout themes? So I can understand if you don't believe me. But I still believe in you and your innocence. So all I have to do is keep believing and find the truth. That's all there is to it. Ha ha ha. Barb-headed attorney, continue to amuse me. Though your barbed jabs are proving to be more than mere jokes. Your benevolence. Believe me when I say that this attorney will knock your insides out. Ooh, new one. Also, good one, Phoenix. Insides out, insides out. Got me grinning. Insolent, disrespectful attorney. You have plenty of time to regret your folly in the Twilight Realm. It's two holding our poses dramatically. Not a wise move, traveler. Not wise at all. You should have taken the chance I offered to save your life. But you have made your choice. The Defense Culpability Act will be applied in this case. And with this verdict, you'll both soon be parting with your heads. Bloodthirsty audience. The souls of the departed speak only the truth, and I but give their messages a voice. Death by beheading, not backwards at all. Did they mention beheading before? Oh, never mind. Yeah, parting with your heads. They just said it. Never mind. Sorry, the whole audience chanting death over and over again kind of got to me. If you think my insights contain falsehood, I challenge you to prove it. Insight, capital I. Rafa's insight. The accused swung whatever he was holding down on the victim's head. Okay, for one, we didn't see him swing anything down. Didn't the vision go black before he felt pain? Even I remember this. With the pain, the victim's vision went dark. This is when he lost his life. Still, I can't believe it. A murder after the morning of dance of devotion? These are the victim's experiences just before his death. As the victim's final memories, we can assume they aren't lies. So how do I break this down? Okay, so I'm just disproving Rafa's interpretation because she's an idiot. You're a fine spirit medium, but also dumb. Allow me to relieve you of your ignorance, Defense. Did you notice the words that appeared in the seance vision? Come to think of it, I did see words like Song of Ceremony and Incense. The victim's final memories are not limited to sight alone. Sight, smell, taste, sound, touch, all is laid bare in the pool of souls. It's what Mr. Roll experienced in his 5 senses appears in the visions as words, right? Precisely, and by examining these sensations, we can perceive the victim's final moments with unparalleled clarity. Works for me. I can use all the extra information I can get. Now, to find a contradiction between her insights and the seance vision. Your benevolence, I ask that you please show me the seance vision again. God, you're gonna make her dance? That whole dance again? I should just record this. Very well. Incense? He's looking around. He's hearing the Song of Ceremony in the boy's voice. Black Pain did not see the weapon swing down. Rafa? I call BS. Wait a minute. Benevolence said after the morning dance of devotion earlier, didn't she? Isn't there something off about that? That too. I'll use these arrows to select that insight I think is off. Okay. With the pain of vision dark, this is when he lost his life. Yes, this is the insight that sounded funny. I'll just carefully compare this insight with the seance vision. If I notice a sensation that seems contradictory, I'll tap select. I like to imagine that this is actually happening in Phoenix's head. This is it. This is the part of the vision that contradicts the insight. I can just select the sensation I think is inconsistent and press, and then present it. Present X it. Touch, smell, sound, sight. See, they're all color-coded.
Objection!
Phoenix is just imagining DS buttons and this whole fancy HUD. Wait just a moment. Yes? What is it, Barbed Head? You're saying that the incident occurred after the morning dance of devotion, right? That's right. What of it? And isn't it strange that Mr. Roll could still hear the Song of Ceremony? Oh my, you're absolutely right. Explain that, Rafa. Is that all that troubles you? Huh? What the victim heard was just a practice run of the Song of Ceremony. Practice run? What do you mean practice run? You said it happened after the Dance of Devotion. Why would they practice right after? Practice run? What are you talking about? Mr. Payne, if you would... Certainly. Allow me to explain. The incident occurred at the interval between the morning and afternoon dances. Oh, you're telling me there's 2 every day. Got it.
During that time, the singers were practicing in the performance hall. Precisely. I was there as well, so I can corroborate the statement.
I see. So what the victim heard was that practice session. There goes my contradiction. Okay, so they were practicing in this performance hall. That must be the room where Albie and I saw her benevolence dancing. However, Mr. Payne, I admit one detail troubles me.
Ask away, your majesty.
It's a big temple, performance hall, and treasure room are quite far from each other. Could the song really be heard all the way in the treasure room?
He's right. It is a very big temple. Well, how about it, Mr. Payne? Your Majesty, have you forgotten? There are speakers in every room of Temple, including the treasure room.
Really? Why? It's oddly high tech for such a country. Oh, that's right. Speakers? For what purpose?
Are you serious, Mr. Wright? To broadcast the sacred music of the performance hall throughout the temple.
Yeah, even the treasure room where basically no one's allowed.
That's why the victim could hear the song of ceremony in the seance vision. It was a practice run going on in the performance hall, heard over the speakers.
Thank you for your explanation, your benevolence. That makes perfect sense, even to a feeble-minded old man like me. The treasure should be able to hear it too. You're right. The sacred orb needs to appreciate the sounds.
Think nothing of it.
Now, if you wouldn't mind, could you please alter your insights for us? I cannot get over the insight with a capital I every time they say it.
Very well.
Insight revised. Fancy. The song of ceremony the victim heard was of a practice run through the temple speakers. I think I'm getting the hang of this. If I point out an inconsistency, she'll update her insights accordingly. You know, you think after doing this enough times, the people will start to question her validity. Well, guess that's what we gotta do, right? So if I keep pointing things out, maybe I can knock all her insights out after all. I better find another inconsistency, no matter how small. It's a bit hard to focus on the insides with the seance vision going. Try using the pause button to temporarily stop the vision. Pause. Sordo. Pause the vision. You can touch the flashing panels. YA. Jump to different parts of the vision. Ah. I'm moving the Mitama mark to the flashing red panel here. There we go. Alright. Okay, now that I know how to get around in the sans visions, it's time to find the inconsistencies between the insights and the vision. I will say, this gimmick is making a way better first impression on me than the fucking like emotional analysis one. Dual Destinies. It's definitely this one, right? We never see him swing it. Okay. But she also said something that was kind of off too, so I want to check that also. This gimmick's great. Part of the reason why you like this game. Yeah, I think I'll end up liking this game more too. With the pain, the victim's vision went dark, This is when he lost his life. Okay, so this is clearly wrong. Here, his vision went dark before the pain, so I think we can do this one. Let's go for it.
Objection!
You're saying the victim's field of vision went dark after he was struck, correct? Of course, as anyone with eyes can see. Rafa? You sure you got eyes? Well, pardon me, but I must disagree. What? Your benevolence, please take another look at the exact moment the victim felt pain. Oh! Everything goes black, and then, only after that, the victim feels pain. Inconceivable! This places the order of events at odds with what you say happened. My word! Ooh, she's sweating. Kunka, your benevolence, what is the meaning of this? I cannot be wrong. My insights are beyond fallacy. You know, I feel like one of the reasons this gimmick is vibing with me so much is that it kind of taps into the primal pleasure of proving someone wrong. What the defense says is true. This is a very grave matter indeed. Like, even more so than the cross-examinations. Please forgive me, your benevolence, but I'm afraid this contradiction is something we simply can't ignore.
Objection!
Now, let's not be too hasty, Your Majesty. I think I can clear this up.
You have something to add, Mr. Payne?
1,000 apologies. It seems the prosecution has failed to make one tiny thing clear.
And that would be?
On the day of the incident, there was a power outage, a blackout, in one part of the temple.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Tiny thing, my ass. You've got a tiny thing. It ain't this evidence.
And as I recall, the crime scene was in that sector. The power outage must be why the victim's field of vision went dark. I apologize for neglecting to tell this court this detail. I'm afraid it slipped my mind.
Or rather, you knew all along and are only letting it slip now that it's convenient pain.
The power outage knocked out both the lights and the speakers.
Wait, the lights and the speakers? Excuse me? Wasn't the song still playing?
Oh, there was a blackout there, was there? Well, now, that explains everything, does it not?
You didn't know there was a blackout, and yet, after seeing your own vision, you interpreted it with your capital I insight as he died. He felt pain, causing him to lose his vision, when that's not what we're seeing. You're right, Zaya. I'm in a country of idiots. Screw trying to reform your judicial system. I'm gonna fucking reform your educational system. What do you mean, your benevolence? Please share your thoughts with us, if you would.
The blackout occurred when the accused and the victim were faced with one another.
Fearing the victim would flee under the cover of darkness, the accused swiftly brought his weapon down on the victim's head. See, that makes perfect sense, Your Benevolence.
So, the victim was struck after the lights went out. The depth of your insight is awe-inspiring, Your Benevolence. Give her a hand, everyone. Wow! I love you, Wright. I'm your biggest fan.
Hey, I want to live long and prosper too. Watching someone else play this game really shows you how stupid all the characters are. Well, I'm glad I could do this for you.
Enough applause. You flatter me.
Now, Your Benevolence, in light of this new information.
Yes, of course. I will alter my insight.
Ugh. One can safely assume the accused struck the victim at the moment after the blackout began. So much for my inconsistency. At least I was able to draw out some new info. And with new info comes a chance to find new inconsistencies. Now let's compare the insights with the vision again, see what else I can dig up. Alright, pause. We will select this. We will scroll to here. Alright, let's play here. We should see pain, yes. The moment after the blackout began. Right. So hold on. Does someone say? Okay, it just says it with the speakers. Alright, so we will select Song of Ceremony. Because we still hear the blackout. This should work.
Objection!
There you go. Yes, I finally found it. This is the gaping hole I've been looking for. Phoenix? Phoenix? Well, at least you're not saying this out loud. Jeez. Phrasing there. Your benevolence, as impressive as your spirit communion power is, it's not infallible.
You never know when to stop talking, do you? I hope you realize your words are an insult to all adherents of Koreanism.
Defense, watch what you say. If you don't mind that tongue of yours, you won't have one left to mind.
It's certainly not my intention to insult spirit mediums.
In fact, I have a good spirit medium friend.
But maybe I'm not the one to... I'm not the one who needs to learn when to stop talking. What malarkey? I believe you said a few moments ago that the victim could hear the Song of Ceremony thanks to the temple's speakers.
Then, how do you explain how the victim could still hear the Song of Ceremony even after the power went out?
Oh!
That's a cute animation that she did. This contradiction of facts can only mean that the Song of Ceremony Mr. Roll heard was not coming from the speakers. They're acting like religions don't get mocked all the time. True. Comes with the territory.
What? Impossible!
What are you saying? The song he heard was coming directly from the performance hall? That's exactly what I'm saying. It's the only possible explanation. But the scene of the crime was nowhere near the performance hall. Unless it was. chamber. Right. The song couldn't make it all the way into the treasure room. Not unless... You mean to say... Yes, the treasure room was not the actual scene of the crime. It must have been somewhere else. Somewhere closer to the performance hall. What? You can't be serious. There is a glaring contradiction in the claims of her benevolence and the prosecution. Therefore, the defense insists that this case be thoroughly re-examined.
What? No.
This is completely unprecedented. Any inconsistency in her benevolence insights? Unbelievable.
Heed not his forked tongue, your majesty. These are but the claims of a corrupt lawyer. A feeble ruse from a feeble mind.
But the contradiction revealed by the defense is undeniable. We can't just turn a blind eye to it. Maybe you aren't so bad after all, Judge.
But the defense's assertion is, in the end, meaningless. Even if the location of the murder turned out to be different. It doesn't change what we've seen of the moment of the murder. Indeed, the accused is standing right there in front of the victim. Furthermore, the murder weapon remains raised above his head. My insights still stand.
I hate to admit it, but she's right. My seance vision still makes the situation look really grim for Albie. Okay, still, I've said this before. We don't see him holding the murder weapon outright, and we don't see him swing it. So how can you assume those things?
I doubt even the defense can dream up of an explanation as to why. The accused had his hands up over his head.
Well, this defense dares to dream. I'm making out of this nightmare alive.
You what? You still insist on trying to tear down my insights, do you? I'd be prepared to back up your claim. Remember what will happen to that tongue of yours if we find you are just wagging it.
Of course I can back up my claim. Just as soon as I think of something. You appear to be fully prepared, defense. As the embodiment of this court, I give you permission to try and prove your claim. As long as you're willing to stake your life on it.
I concur, your majesty. Prepare the tongue shears. Chop chop.
Oh. Right now? Chop chop. Everyone loves their puns in this country. Maybe this place isn't so bad after all. Yes, let's have the bailiff fetch them. I think I saw a suitable pair in the basement. Chop chop. Stop.
I hear that lying lawyers have several tongues to spare. I'm sure he won't miss one.
Yikes, these people are actually serious. I'm rather attached to my tongue. Think, Phoenix, think. Other than to raise a weapon, why would Albie have his hands held up like that? Okay, thanks for showing me the answer. Oh, so that's why. The reason the defendant had his hands up over his head can be explained by something in the crime photo. What explains why Albie had his hands raised above his head? Gun.
Take that!
As in the seance vision, I witnessed the defendant raise both of his hands over his head yesterday. You did? Where did you see such a thing? And the police had their guns trained on him as they made their arrest. Oh, are you saying? The victim was a security guard, and an armed one at that. The defense proposes that the victim had pointed his firearm at Albie. And that's why the defendant's hands were raised in the air.
Kuka!
Oh. She's on the fucking ground. I like Rayfa. She's hilarious. She's dumb and hilarious.
Would have thought that the seance vision could be interpreted that way. This is not possible. It can't be.
Not bad for a total knockout. Oh, I feel like I'm going to enjoy proving this brat wrong many a time. How dare that Lord Devil go against her benevolence? He's no better than that traitorous snake, Dirk. Traitorous snake? Dirk? Who's that? Foreshadowing?
No, I can't believe it. A contradiction in one of my insights? There has to be some kind of mistake. I won't accept it. That's right, your benevolence, and I won't accept it either. It goes all against we hold sacred. Throw him in jail immediately for less than majesty.
What?
Yeah, you said it.
Throw him in jail! Oh, God. Or should I say, oh, Holy Mother. These people are definitely not my fans right now. That's right, exterminate Nate. Peace, give me peace. I said peace. Now, everyone, please calm down.
Is he? Your Majesty, please assign this black-hearted attorney a suitable punishment.
Let's fucking go. No, I can't charge him with... I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce this word. Is it lèse-majesty? I'm gonna go with lèse-majesty. That sounds right.
What? What? Why not, your Majesty?
He was simply following the proper procedure for defending the accused. There's nothing unlawful about that.
But your Majesty, don't you want to wrap up this trial quickly? Why not just give your verdict? Then you can go home and make it up to your wife.
Can't end the trial now. Not when we just learned new information about the case.
What? Your Majesty.
Lèse-majesté. Okay. I've actually never seen that word be used before. Does it just mean like insulting royalty?
Your Majesty, not you too. You would honestly entertain the idea that my insight contains a contradiction.
Truly, it is shocking. In the 20+ years since the DC Act went into effect, such a thing has never occurred. To be honest, I didn't want to believe it either.
Never occurred, sure. Maybe no one was smart enough to point it out. Insulting royalty, studied a lot in high school. High school legal in regards to Thailand. Interesting.
With his life on the line, the defense pointed out an inconsistency. And it is our duty to scrutinize it to the satisfaction of the law.
You dare go against the royal priestess, you non-believer?
No, my faith is as strong as ever, but I have a duty to make a fair ruling in this trial. If you insist on interfering with that process, your benevolence, I'm afraid I must request your removal from this courtroom, royal priestess or not.
What? I'll have you know. Oh, little princess is having a tantrum.
Your benevolence. Please acquiesce in this, your benevolence. Looks could kill.
I won't forget this offense, barbed head. I do not admit defeat. I won't.
Bailiff, please see her benevolence out.
Your Mitama will face due retribution in the Twilight Realm. The demons there they'll pluck the barbs right off your stupid head. I hope your suffering will be super duper painful.
Where did that come from? So much for royal priestess. Super duper painful.
And I hope they throw you into the lake of burning fire. Yeah, and then?
Oh.
Yeah, how could you hate her?
Guess she's still just such a teenager after all. What a dork. Now then, defense, Mr. Light, was it? Yes, that is my name. Light. Yagami Light. That's right, Your Majesty. Phoenix Wright. Oh, of course, Mr. Wright. My apologies. Now that we have this newly uncovered fact, I suggest we proceed with arguments. Thank you, Your Majesty. Magistry. Two very different things. Yes, but do not misunderstand me. This doesn't mean I trust you completely. I'll be keeping a close eye on you, so you don't even think about lying to this court. I understand, Your Majesty. Phew, maybe now we can finally run a real trial. Honestly, I miss her already. Bring her back here. I want more of her shenanigans so I can prove her wrong. You can see her fall through the ground again.
Arguments, Your Majesty. Very well. I accept your challenge.
Huh? What's with him?
Oh, the look on your face, Mr. Wright. It's just too hilarious.
What's so funny, Mr. Payne?
The defense still doesn't get it. The truth he unearthed is going to bury him in his case instead.
What do you mean by that, prosecutor?
I told you, it's Chief Prosecutor.
Yes, because that's the point to focus on right now.
The defense is digging its own grave. Consider this, Your Majesty. Why would the victim, a security guard, point a gun at the accused?
Oh.
Oh, indeed, because the accused was about to commit a theft. It's the only logical explanation.
What? That does sound pretty logical, actually.
It doesn't help the accused situation at all. If anything, it makes him look even more guilty.
Yes, I have to agree.
Allow me to spell this truth the defense didn't bother to think through. Mr. Roll came across the accused just as he was trying to steal the treasure. The guard pointed his gun at the accused, and just when the power went out, the accused murdered the victim and hid his body in the treasure room. Hand trunk for moving heavy treasure around is stored in the treasure room. The accused could have easily moved the body with that.
After all that hard work to knock down those insights. Back into the old familiar corner once more. You know, this is the nation of spirit mediums. Maybe I can get someone to teach me how to channel Mia Fey. Use their help right now. Mr. Wright, do you have a rebuttal? I'm sure I got total blank here.
Yeah, I hope you're ready to climb that scaffold.
I asked you a question, Defense. Nothing. I can't think of any grounds for an objection. The only thing to do at this point is ask the defendant himself what happened. I don't know if Albie will cooperate with me or not. Albie? All right, he's here the whole time. Will you tell us what really happened?
You don't have to say anything, accused. Fall for his evil trap and you'll only dirty your own soul.
Albie, you have to tell me the truth. I can't help you unless you do.
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry.
Why? Why won't he trust me? Is this it? Is this the end? For both of us? Maya, I'm sorry. I'm fucking dead. I never met a real lawyer before.
Everybody always told me they're bad people who help dirty criminals go free. I never thought a lawyer would actually try to help me, would actually believe in me, would risk his own life for me. I never would have even imagined it.
Albie.
So, that's why I lied, to try and save myself. But I'm not going to lie anymore.
You know, being in another country is actually very convenient for the series because the constant perjury that happens in Ace Attorney, you can just write it off as like, oh, that perjury is not illegal here. In Ukraine. Easy.
If you believe in me enough to put your life on the line, then I'm going to believe in you too.
What?
Allow me. Allow me to explain.
Okay, burst out into song, Albie. Now we're talking. Time to finally get to the bottom of things. Ooh. Ooh, I like this song.
To be honest, I went into the treasure room lots of times to look at the treasure box.
Even though the temple told you weren't allowed to go anywhere near it.
Yes, I'm sorry. Mr. Roll even saw me once and scolded me. That box is so beautiful, the way it glows in the dark. I couldn't help myself.
Wait, it glows in the dark?
That's right, it's covered in this special mineral called fluorinite that makes it glow.
Oh, we're just making up minerals now, huh?
It's absolutely breathtaking. It's really a shame they don't put it on display for the public.
Wait, if it glows in the dark, why didn't we see that glow in the vision?
Can you imagine how many people would go on night tours of the temple if they did?
Only applied such passion to telling me the truth earlier. Glows in the dark. Okay. A for Albie.
On the day of the incident, I was on my way to the treasure room again, when I ran into Mr. Roll on the Great Stairs.
Great Stairs. So those were not the treasure room stairs in the Sans vision?
No, they were the great stairs that connect to the hallway.
Makes sense. The vision wasn't clear enough to show us what was at the top of the stairs. Got a diagram. Thank you.
All of a sudden, Mr. Roll drew his gun and threatened me with it.
Quickly put my hands up.
Mr. Roll, he acted so scary. For some reason, he had a scarf over his mouth. I couldn't read his expression at all. Just then the power went out. So I took my chance to hightail it out of there. I ran for my life. Even now, when I try to think back on it, all I can remember are the gun and the piercing look in Mr. Roll's eyes. That must have been when I dropped the notice scroll.
Which means someone else brought it to the treasure room along with Mr. Roll's body. Did Mr. Roll say anything to you when you ran into him on the stairs?
Yeah.
What is it, Albie?
I have no idea why, but he asked me a strange question. Did you steal it? He said.
What?
I'm sorry. I didn't say all this before. I didn't think anybody would believe me.
Did you steal it? Steal what? So you were telling me it was stolen beforehand.
A grand speech. One that confirmed my suspicions that you were the thief. What is in that bag?
Objection!
That might have just been the victim's misunderstanding.
Objection!
Where there's smoke, there's fire, as they say. The victim must have had good reason to be suspicious of the accused.
Why does every new piece of information have to seem so incriminating? Okay, but think about it. If he did steal it, why would he walk back in the direction towards the treasure room? Make it make sense.
Shadow. What do I do, Shadow?
Who the hell is Shadow?
And what better reason to suspect the boy than seeing the treasure box in his hands? In the case of his rounds, the victim must have noticed that the treasure had been stolen. And then, just after that...
Yes, he witnesses the man walking toward the treasure room and asks him if you stole it. What? Why would a thief do that?
He ran into the accused. I don't think it's your guide, it's Ur guide, right? I'll be Ur guide. No, that's not what happened. Therefore, the one who stole the treasure and killed the victim can be none other than the accused, not the accursed.
Oh. Dog. What now? Aww. We all know it's a play on your guy, but they go and pronounce it as guide anyway. Yeah, it's tripping me up. And yeah, doggo, look at it. It's so cute. Oh, it's so small.
Hey, Shadow, down, boy.
Whoa, what do we have here?
Oh, I'm sorry about this. This is my dog, Shadow.
Yeah, because he shadows you a lot. Very funny. You nearly gave me a heart attack. So that's what was making his back move. Look at it trying to be all threatening. A little squeaky toy.
Can't you quiet that yappy mutt down? Shadow says that Mr. Roll made a mistake.
You can understand him? Let dogs speak. That's what I'm saying. He's very important, with important things to say.
Don't tell me this is a surprise witness for the defense.
Look, wouldn't be the first time I cross-examine animals. I beg your pardon? You're not thinking of cross-examining on an animal, are you? Well... that would make it 3 times, I think. Of course not, Your Majesty. Not this time, anyway. Whew, well, I'm glad to hear that. I thought I'd have to reassess my assessment of your sanity for a second there. I think I'd better reassess my strategy, and fast. Somehow show that somebody else could have struck the victim, or was sunk. It was the dog. The dog did it. Well, it's true that the defendant was standing in front of the victim when he died. Doesn't mean somebody else couldn't have struck the victim at that time. You're going to go that far, then I hope this means you have another angle of approach ready. Yes, literally another angle of approach. From behind.
Exactly. I mean, who but the accused, standing front and center, could have done it? Unless you can back up your claim, it's nothing more than conjecture.
Okay, come on, Phoenix. I know I can think of something convincing. Where else could the victim have been struck from? He did it from behind. Wink.
Take that!
With the defendant standing in front of the victim, isn't it possible that the victim could have been struck from behind? From behind, you say? I see. This is a screenshotable dialogue. Yes, I suppose it's not outside the realm of possibility. Good. Now at least I have some breathing room. But who do you suppose it could have been? This time, it was Jesus. True culprit, naturally. The one who actually committed the theft and murder. A true culprit? I suppose you have a true time limit of events to go along with that? I should have known I'd have to explain everything. I wonder how they're going to bring him into the equation. Mr. True Culprit, who Phoenix has never seen before. Alright, if we assume the true culprit struck the victim from behind, then that means... after going to the treasure room and stealing the treasure, the true culprit tried to escape. Then Mr. Roll appeared, making his rounds. I imagine the culprit then quickly hit the storeroom at the other end of the hallway.
You're grasping at straws, Mr. Wright. Admit it, you have nothing but baseless conjecture.
No, I'm going to look for something to base it on right now. I'm very based. Albie? When you ran into Mr. Roll in the hallway, was there anyone around in the storeroom area?
I don't know.
Oh, the dog. It's so cute. Oh, my heart. The plushie. It's just a plushie. I could stare at it all day. This rivals the penguins in Dr. Crab's head.
There might have been somebody there, but I couldn't see. I was only halfway down the stairs, so I couldn't see the ends of that hallway.
I see. Swing and a miss.
Oh, Shadow says that someone was there.
I see. Thank you for that. Too bad his testimony is inadmissible. You think this is a joke? Maybe the defendant didn't happen to see this other person. That doesn't mean the true culprit couldn't have been there in the hallway.
Objection!
Your desperate floundering is getting hard to watch. But I will enjoy watching you sink.
What are you talking about?
Unfortunately for you, only the accused and the victim were there in that hallway at the time of the incident.
How can you continue to make that assertion?
Because there was a witness, a very reliable eyewitness.
Excuse me? Hold on. Let's just see what you said right here. Only the accused and the victim were there in that hallway. How do you know that? Because someone saw? You... Pain. Pain. You're putting me in pain here.
What? Your Majesty, the prosecution would like to call its witness to the stand.
All right, bring Jesus in.
Calling an eyewitness to the stand,
I don't know why I did that voice for him. It's been decades since that's happened.
And unlike the defense's witness, you can rest assured that there are no pets involved.
That was a low blow. Very well, I'll allow it. And now, something we've not heard in quite some time. Bring the witness to the stand. There he is.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Give me a second here. Peace, love, Ubin, and... and is standing. Peace, loving, and standing? Peace, loving, and standing? Why'd you add standing in there? Alright, Mr. And standing. Oh. Understanding, not and standing. Peace, loving, and standing. Okay, yeah. Alright, what do you sound like? I haven't done a hippie voice in quite some time. Peace, loving, and standing's the name. I'm like Temple's head monk, you dig? You've done one before? Look, when you're bored, you like, well, I'm saying that this like it's a universal experience. It's not. But when I'm bored, sometimes I just try to work on my impressions, you know? Oh, if it isn't instructor and standing, you're the eyewitness? I imagine the voice is not like too dissimilar to Like a surfer dude. You know, they just say like dude a lot. Dude and man. Just like a stoner, I guess. I guess the modern equivalent would be a stoner. Instructor.
Not only is Mr. Anstandon Temple's head monk, but he's also a renowned Damalan expert.
Sorry to have to ask, but what's a Damalan? Damalan? Ooh, look at him shred.
Check it. Here she is, my sweet serenader. My one and only, groovy, right? But you heard our sultry sounds once before, brother.
The little, like, dialogue, sound, singing, that's cute. That's the song for the Dance of Devotion.
Right on, brother. Song of ceremony. Playing this tune together is a precious gig for me and my girl here, you dig?
Song of Ceremony, a song that was playing at the time of the murder.
O Holy Mother, may the righteous sounds of my Damalan serve as my offering to you.
Wonderful. A great performance as always.
This is my thing, you know, my bag. I make instruments speak, baby. By the way, Magistry Pops, no Damalan class today.
No, I'm afraid this trial has gone into overtime, thanks to the lawyer over there.
Class the judge wanted to attend was Damalan lesson? Well, you know what they say, baby. Never trust the lawyer, man. But transgressors against the Holy Mother have to be brought to justice. Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Anstandon. And the treasure's as the treasure's keeper. You're the treasure's keeper, huh? You must have been shocked to learn it had been stolen. Yeah, man. That was not cool.
Keeping the treasure safe is one of your duties, Mr. Anstandon?
That's right, brother. This here's the one and only treasure box key. And I keep it on me at all times, can you dig? The sneaky thief went and cracked open that sucker anyway. Total bummer, man.
So that's the key to the treasure box, is it?
You know it, baby. It's called the Magatama key, and it's a historical artifact to boot. It's been passed down from head monk to head monk at Temple.
Magatama key, huh?
Now someone's jacked the treasure on my watch. It's a real buzzkill, man.
Magatama key. Just looking at my evidence, seeing if I see anything familiar. There's the lock on there with the shape of a Magatama on it.
How am I ever gonna face her holiness again?
Oh, Holy Mother, please find it in your infinite mercy to forgive me. Please guide this lost and humble lamb. Why do I always get the far out ones?
Mr. Anstandon, you witnessed the accused and the victim heading to the treasure room?
You know it, baby. Best believe I scoped that tiny transgressor. Tiny, huh? Would you please give the court your testimony regarding what you saw? To bring justice against the transgressor man? Yes, of course. I'll do all I can. In the name of Her Holiness, I vow to sing, naught but the truth. I swear to bring. Hit me. He will never be Clavier Gavin. What I saw, baby. Ooh. Fancy testimony music. Good morning dance of devotion. To go back to my chamber, I got the notion. Don't you know that my chamber's on the way to the temple's treasure room? Hey, hey. You don't get to see if Clavier's ripped. Alright. I guess this guy gets 1 point. I really like how they make the dialogue blips go with the music. Any small footsteps I can quite clearly hear if anyone the treasure room goes near. Ollie was the only one. You have to say it twice, huh? Before the blackout, one other than Roll, only Albie, the treasure room did stroll. Tell me I was hallucinating just now. Like, can you believe Mr. Roll bit the big one after that? Harsh, man.
I share your sentiments. You were the one who discovered the victim's body, weren't you, Mr. Anstandon?
What? Found the body as well? He really is a key witness then. That's right, brother. After the blackout, I want to reset the breaker and give power back to the people. The circuit box is near my chamber, so I'm always the man for the job, you feel me? Oh. The circuit box is near your chamber, you say? How convenient. I'm sure you would never cause a blackout on purpose. Never. Oh, the breaker's right behind where the victim died, you say. Oh. That's good to know.
The breakers are in the first floor hallway in the front of the storeroom.
On the way, I got a whiff of something funky. Blood, man. Really harshed my mellow. I knew something wasn't kosher, so I swung by the treasure room to see what's what. Does this make Judaism canon in the Phoenix Wright universe? And I was like, whoa, man. There was a poor Mr. Roll, dead as a doornail. Temple diagram updated in the court record. The interval between the end of the Dance of Devotion and the blackout. The only ones who went to the scene of the crime were the victim and the accused. So you see, Mr. Anstanden's unassailable account is what led to the accursed's arrest. Oh, I keep on saying accursed, it's accused. Hold it. Isn't it possible that the murder took place before the end of the Dance of Devotion? I'm afraid that's not possible. The victim was in the performance hall until the very end of the dance. He was? Would you like some proof? How's this? A photo taken by a tourist of the morning Dance of Devotion. There he is. My, what graceful dancing. I can almost hear the sound of Mr. Anstanden's Damaler now. Haynes right. There's Mr. Roll on duty. The way he's just standing there is so funny. Never underestimate the incredible pain. I'm in incredible pain right now. So in addition to Rafa's insights, he had backup evidence lined up too, huh? Then he came prepared. Nothing about the photo seems suspicious at first glance. Although, hold on a minute. The instrument he's using right now is not the one in the photo. What is up with that? Sir, would you like to explain? And also, Mr. Roll is not wearing his scarf around his mouth, even though Albie said that he wore it around his mouth at time of death. Also, we could just check the photo to see what he was wearing. Okay, well the scarf is not on his mouth here. Interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if the actual murder weapon would be the other instrument that Jesus over here had. I want to see everyone's age. Gaspin Fane, 56. Albie, 9. Hot Roll, 32. Rafa's only 14. She's younger than Pearl. That's crazy. And you are 36. I still can't believe Pearl's an adult at this point in time. They grew up so fast. I should have taught Albie better, man. Confess your sins, my young brother. Head monk Anstanden, I didn't kill Mr. Roll, so I don't have anything to confess to the Holy Mother. What? Bogus, little man. Your faith is weak. Like a wet paper bag. Are you feeling me? Spare the rod. Hey, baby. It's Spoil the child, not maybe. Her Holiness is magnanimous, son. If you confess your guilt, she'll forgive you in the Twilight Realm. I don't suppose she could forgive him in this realm first. Defense, please begin your cross-examination. Alright, what I saw, baby.
Hold it!
I have a question. Lay it on me, man. How dare you interrupt the performance of the great Peace, Love, and Understanding? I was really enjoying that. Sorry, but, you know, there's something about that name I can't put my finger on. What's so funny about Peace, Love, and Understanding? You had a question for me, brother? You're playing something during the Dance of Devotion, weren't you? You know it, baby. I was playing my beautiful girl right here, this Damalin. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. In offering to Her Holiness, I played the music. And the singer sang the song of ceremony. Mr. Anstanden's playing is the best in the kingdom. It must please Her Holiness greatly. Now then, could you continue with your testimony, Mr. Anstanden? For the Holy Mother, I keep on trucking. This Damalin still needs some plucking.
Hold it!
Could you please point out one more time where your chamber is located? Yeah, man, no sweat. My chamber is on the way from the performance hall to the treasure room. So anyone going to the treasure room would have to pass by Anstanden's chamber. Bees loving a chance. Any small footsteps. Okay, sorry, I need to go back.
Hold it!
Even from inside your chamber, you can still hear what's going on outside? Temple is a groovy old building, built from Mother Nature's finest. You can hear a pin drop through the wooden walls, you dig? An old building like that, I guess the walls must be pretty thin.
And that's how Mr. Anstanding could know about the culprit's movements. It's all thanks to the Holy Mother's divine protection.
Right on, my man. I dedicate this testimony to Her Holiness.
Hold it!
Alright, how could you tell it was Albie just from the sound of some footsteps? Albie's practically family, man. Smooth groove of his shoes are easy to pick out. How do you know he went to the treasure room? Didn't you think it was possible he went to the storeroom at the other end of the hall? No way, man. I saw him with my own two eyes. You saw him? Your pee? I'm just getting concerned when they were pausing on the pee bit. Your peepers peeped the sneaky sneak Albie. Okay. Pain singing too? When I heard the footsteps, I looked out the window. Ah. From my window, I can see the window of the first floor hallway across the courtyard, you dig? And through that window, I saw Albie walking into the treasure room. Should I have him add a statement to this testimony? Sure. Could you please add that statement to your testimony, Mr. Understanding? You got it, brother. Alright.
Hold it!
Spied, I'll be with your own eye. Through the window, you say? That's right, brother. There's a courtyard outside the window of my chamber. Across the courtyard, I can see the window of the hallway to the treasure room, man. Judging from the diagram, I guess it's possible. View the courtyard from your chamber. How nice that must be. I bet it's beautiful this time of year. What with Kuranese butterflies flitting about. You know it, Pops. I often look out into the courtyard while playing my Adamalot. And it goes a little something like this.
Hold it!
Did I just... Okay, yeah. The same. Let me skip this. Please. Please, I'm sorry. For the blackout, one other than roll, only I'll be to the treasure room did stroll.
Hold it!
How can you be so sure that nobody else was there? Well, man, you lawyers are as uptight as they say. Isn't it possible that someone else could have snuck past? The answer, my friend, is... squeaky wooden floorboards, baby. It makes such a racket, not even the quietest cat could sneak by me, you dig? Yes, that makes sense. No, all of that just now is simply more of the attorney's unfounded suspicions, I see. Been judging it too? When's Phoenix gonna join? Baby Tooth, forsooth, phone booth. You got it. Let's go. Wait a minute, why am I singing? Right on, even the lawyer is joining in, baby. Oh, what's up, Fireswarm? The best Apollo Trilogy game? We'll see about that. Everybody's starting to feel the groovy vibe of my far-out rhythm. I refuse to let him run the show. I think I found the flaw I've been looking for. You have? N. Standard was in the chamber on the second floor. There was something that definitely should have been blocking his view. There was? Oh, weren't all the windows supposed to be shut? A notice, right? Hallway shutters will remain shut for today's Dance of Devotion. Yes. Alright. Easy enough.
Objection!
There's something off about that, Mr. Instandard. Music is off. So you feel that way, man. Maybe this vibe ain't topping the charts where you're from. What's your poison? Orchestra? Jazz soul? Something wrong with my ears, witness. Something's not quite right with your eyes. Mr. Anstandon, you've been clearly lying to this court. Lying ain't your thing, you say. I contend otherwise. Do you recognize this object, Mr. Anstandon? It's a temple notice, man. What of it? In this notice, the following instructions to the temple monks is written. All of the hallway shutters will remain shut for today's dance of devotion. What you talking about, Phoenix? Talking about the fact that from your chamber, you couldn't have seen anyone going to the treasure room through those shutters. Yeah. Looks like you didn't get the memo. No way. I don't believe it, man. You don't believe it? Why don't you read the notice for yourself? Let's see. Something, something, will, something, for, something, something. Is that your idea of reading? I'm not so hot at reading Koreanese, man. I usually get one of the other monks to read stuff for me, you know? Yeah, good one. Yeah, he's head monk too. What? Doesn't that make your duties as head monk a little difficult? Hey, cut me some slack, man. I only moved to this country 6 months ago. You became a head monk? That fast? Huh? What is happening in this place? That's quite recent, isn't it? So, how did someone who's only been here 6 months become head monk of a temple? How little you understand. Religious faith can't be measured in months or years. I've only been an adherent of Koreanism for 3 months myself, and you became chief prosecutor. The Holy Mother's teachings really spoke to me, prompting me to stay in this country. Or was it the fact that there are no lawyers here that spoke to you, Mr. Payne, I know just how you feel, my man. Your Holiness teaching spoke to me, too. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Brother Dumb and Brother Dumber. Oh, the chief prosecutor got here a year ago? Wait, so he got here a year ago, but then changed his faith 3 months ago? Okay, well. Even so, my point still stands. Messed up? All good. Well, I know why Payne suddenly became a believer in Koreanism. Couldn't Anstandon have had an ulterior motive for becoming a believer too? Mr. Anstandon, were you really in your chamber as you claim? What? Hey, be chill, brother. Weren't you instead somewhere else?
Objection!
Mr. Wright, what kind of nonsense are you spouting now? According to Mr. Anstandon's testimony, he saw Albie with his own eyes. Therefore, is it really nonsense to suggest he could have seen Albie from somewhere else? Well... Do you have a theory, defense? Do you know where Mr. Anstandon was, if not in his chamber? If he wasn't in his room, then... Albie had gone down to the hallway towards the treasure room. There are only a few places he could have seen Albie from. I do have a theory, Your Majesty. Let's say the witness really did see Albie going towards the treasure room. What then?
The only place, huh? Either the treasure room itself or the storeroom. I'll go with storeroom because that's what, closer to the breaker.
Take that!
Oh. Well, that's the first penalty. What are you saying, Mr. Defense? Okay, fine. He was standing next to the breaker. My soul is blown up by song. So not groovy. Alright, try again. Fine, a little bit closer. Is this good enough?
Take that!
There we go. There, but you suggested earlier. That's where the true culprit might have been. True, but no matter how I look at it, this is the only place Mr. Enstandard could have been. My mellow got harsh, dude. Yeah, dude. Not groovy. Ruining my vibe. Ruining my vibe. Mr. Foreign Lawyer, don't tell me. Are you accusing Mr. Enstandard of being the true culprit of this case? Yes. That's what I do. Yes, Your Majesty. I contend there's a strong possibility this witness is the murderer.
Objection!
How dare you be so disrespectful? First, you criticize her benevolence as insights. Now you accuse the head monk of murder?
Objection!
This is the only place that the witness could have been. If he was here, he could have struck the victim down from behind and moved the body to the treasure room.
That's nothing but groundless conjecture.
And there's one more thing. Don't you remember what he said in what was said in the opening argument? The opening argument? During that argument, it was suggested that Albie used his position as monk in training to get his hands on the treasure.
That's right. What of it?
Well, why don't we try this twist on for size? The thief used his position as head monk of the temple to get a hold of the treasure.
What?
What?
You joshing me, man.
The key to the treasure box has been passed down from head monk to head monk. What better position to be in if you want to steal the treasure?
You can't possibly be serious.
Does this mean you're claiming that Mr. Enstandard's oath of faith was nothing but a lie designed to get him close to the treasure? The witness hasn't been truthful in his testimony to the court, so clearly he isn't above lying. Didn't you swear to the Holy Mother that naught but the truth would you bring? In light of that, I don't think it's unfair to call your faith into question. Yeah.
Objection!
This is ridiculous. Are there no limits to what this lawyer will say? I mean, lie is such a strong word. Maybe it was just a mistake.
Enough of the nervous wreck routine, prosecutor, says the man who was in a nervous wreck mere seconds ago. You're just embarrassing yourself, man.
What?
What was up, Mr. Enstone? Lawyer man, you really are the lowest of the low. You've gone and said something I can't forgive. You call my belief into question, my faith in the Holy Mother. And nobody gets away with that. Oh? What the fuck? Oh. What on earth? That music. It's making my ears bleed. Also, where the hell did you get those? Just big ass speakers. This is the music of my soul. Death to the lawyer. Rock on. Oh, he really wants to be clever. Send that lawyer to the guillotines. Now for something completely different. Props to the translator? Yeah, for real. Writing these rhymes. No joke. Having to translate Japanese and stuff. That plinkety plunk music wouldn't let me express my rage. Your rage, huh? Is the real source of your anger having your lie exposed? Dude, even his dialogue blips are different now. You just don't get it. If I lied, it's because you drove me to it. All sniffing around and suspicious and throwing out false accusations. Sorry, but as a lawyer, I'm afraid that's my job. Yeah, well, lawyers are crap. Keep making noise and I'll have to use my partner here on you. I'm the one making noise? Hey, so you want to know the truth, huh? You can handle the truth, do ya? Fine. Let's see you try. Feel the heat of my brutal death beat. Savage, right? Sweating bullets, ain't ya? Yeah, for real, Fire. You can... I mean, I can immediately tell they, like, up the budget or something. Yeah, it really feels like Dual Destinies was just a test run. If only Pokemon. If only Pokemon got 3D right on their second try around. Screams of my soul are gonna make a mosh pit out of this peanut gallery. Did he really just win the court over with that performance? Sun and Moon looked gorgeous. It looked good, but it ran like poop. Let's be real. In battle, just two models like standing there doing their pretty stiff animations. FPS tanked to like 10. On regular 3DS? Okay. Well, I played it on. I didn't have a new 3DS, so Maybe that's a me problem. But still, I don't think a 3DS should be that bad. For the record, I really like Sun and Moon. I think it gets too much hate. No. They're 3D games after that, though. Ooh. Oof. So any of the visuals they were pumping from it was probably pushing the thing to the limit. Okay, but like consider every other 3DS game that was out. I don't think Pokemon was doing anything in particular, like visually, that impressive compared to other games. Let's Go is fine. I didn't hate Let's Go. Let's Go still suffered from like pretty well, I mean, basically every game up until Scarlet and Violet, and still a lot of Scarlet and Violet was plagued by just reused kind of stiff animation. Yo, geezer, I got something to testify. Get ready for the howling of my soul. I call this chart topper soul screaming truth. To the music storeroom, okay. Here you shred, sure. From your spot in front of the store room, I saw Albie creep to the treasure room. Trailing from behind, on the scent, I saw Pot roll. After Albie, he went. What? The model quality in 3DS era was intentionally well above what the system they designed for. Yeah, I knew that. But that doesn't mean it's the right approach. And again, like, I understand that it's like, you know, at this point it's like over 1,000 character models for like every creature, right? So some other models in the 3DS, and you've got some GameCube and 64 era stuff. I mean, I'd be fine with that, honestly. Or really, like, you didn't have to make they didn't have to make the models as high poly as they did. I mean, obviously they did it for the future proofing, but even then, they future proofed models that weren't very good in the first place. I mean, they had to update Charizard for God's sakes. And Sun and Moon look really good for 3DS games. Yeah. I won the power. Take it to midnight. Blacker than black is black, robbing all sight. Alright. Yeah, baby, let that soul metal flow. So fast it's making my head spin. This is double on metal. Yo, geezer, how are those ears ringing? I don't know much about music, but I've got chills, and they're multiplying. Scared lawyer man, run away fast as you can. What a wonderful rhythm. The perfect accompaniment for further deliberations. Now, Mr. Anstanden, what did you go to the music storeroom for? I don't know why I suddenly turned off Payne's voice. Hey, I went to put my Damelon away. She's my precious partner. Gotta give her a good rest after playing in the Wright. Then why did you lie before? Because you'd send me to hell. Huh? You all know about lawyers and their lying, lawyerly ways. Am I right, people? I admitted I went to the storeroom, he'd have drummed up a false charge on me. I didn't want to get sent to hell, what'd you say? Now I see why that Defense Culpability Act was passed. You feel me, Kurain?
Yeah, you said it.
It's too much to ask for a low-key trial. Now are you punks ready to rock or what? I can't hear you. I said, you ready to teach this lying lawyer how we do things around here? All right. I'm gonna lay it on you one more time. The screaming truth of my soul. Only an ace attorney with the defense being accused of cooking up charges. True and real.
Hold it!
Say you went to the music storeroom. But how do we know you didn't go to the treasure room to steal the treasure instead? And on what grounds would you base that accusation? Got anything to show for it? He's right, I don't really have any proof yet. But you can't prove that you didn't go to the treasure room either. You stole the treasure and were ready to make your getaway when you saw Mr. Roll. Silence in the audience, so you panicked and ran into the music storeroom, isn't that right? Why do I feel like I'm being stabbed by icy stares in every direction? The silence is your answer, lawyer man. This audience knows the score. Just what we needed. A moment of silence to bid this lawyer's baseless claim goodbye. Why do they have to hate lawyers so much in this country? I said it before and I'll say it again, lawyer man. After the priestess's dance, I went to the music storeroom. I'm sure there's no real purpose to, pressing this, but
Hold it!
I'll do it anyway. So what exactly do you mean by death truth? It's the blade of truth that's gonna send your lawyer soul to hell. See, blood will be the last thing you ever see. I'm not sure I want to get what he's saying. I didn't expect a bubblehead like you to understand. Either you get it and you feel it, or you don't. Simple as that.
Hold it!
How did Albie appear at the time? Come to think of it, he was glancing around all shifty-like. You can tell he was up to no good. Shady, I tell you. What's that saying about people who live in glass houses? Well, he was about to steal the treasure, so it only stands to reason he'd look furtive.
Objection!
Finn admitted he was sneaking in to see the treasure box. Wouldn't that be why he was looking around? What's that, people? Only the Holy Mother knows the truth, you say? Bzz, wrong. Beast Lubbin knows the score, baby. My lips to our Holy Mother's ear. An artist only sings what he saw there. In other words, my reasoning isn't good enough for God Boy here. What did you see next, Mr. Anstandon? Like from behind, hound the scent, saw a pot roll. Albie he went. So he's saying that he chased Albie, and Albie said that he ran into pot roll face to face.
Hold it!
A little different. Something tells me this is going to be a spectacular waste of time, but what do you mean by hound on the scent? What? You don't get it? It's always the same, y'all. Lyrics questioned without mercy. The more famous the song, the greater the controversy. It wasn't your lyrical sense I was questioning. I say hound on the scent like a hunting dog, cause, you know, Roll was a guard and, Uh-oh, here we go. The inspiration came to me suddenly like a flash.
Hold it!
That's okay. You don't have to explain your lyrics anymore. Hey, you're the one who asked. I knew I shouldn't have asked. Mr. Anstandon, you're still in the stand, so please stick to your testimony. You can explain your lyrics to me later in Dumbledore class. The next episode of Genius. Peace, love, and Anstandon. The show must go on, slash and thrash. Back by the storeroom, can't be beat.
Hold it!
What exactly were you doing in the music storeroom? There, get the picture? Picture? What picture? Mr. Anstandon is requesting that you not ask him the same thing over and over. Hey, geezer, you got in one. Take a bow, baby. How the heck did he understand that? What was I doing in the music storeroom, you say? You ask? I already told you. I was taking care of my partner in crime here, getting ready to put her away. But you see, would you believe it? Then out went the power.
Hold it!
Where were you when the power outage occurred? Like I said, I was in the music storeroom. My girl had been sounding a little off, so I had to get her back in tune. Is it true that you were actually in the hallway at the time? The hallway, you say? Why would I be in the hallway? You were waiting for Mr. Roll to come back from his patrol at the treasure room. Now that he discovered that the treasure had been stolen, you were going to kill him. Man, not only did they make it rhyme, they translated it to make the syllables match the music. Oh, look at him go. Him again. Hey, nice prosecutor. I'm picking up what you're throwing down. Someone stop their jam session, please. Major assertions clear, defense, but your argument is rather unsubstantiated. Yeah. Yes. That's not good. It's so funny, Peace Lebanon standing. Nevertheless, the possibility is still there. Can't deny the witness could have killed the victim under the cover of darkness.
Objection!
You're forgetting one very important thing.
Huh?
It seems you've forgotten that the outage happened by chance, not design.
Are you sure about that? Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Did forget about that.
It's not like the witness planned the outage so he could take advantage of the darkness. And without darkness, it would have been hard to sneak up behind Mr. Roll and kill him.
You're right. Even I would notice someone coming up behind me. Well, defense, what do you have to say about that? Can I say about that?
Sir Wright, your claim is completely without merit. Unless you want to argue that the witness somehow magically made the outage happen.
Yes, magically. With the magical item known as the breaker. Maybe not magically, but wait, that's it. Contend the witness could have made the power outage happen. With no magic necessary. You're finally saying this, Phoenix? About time. You have a theory, defense? All you have to do is make use of something shown in this diagram. Alright, you really have to make me do this.
Take that!
Witness was in the storeroom. Circuit boxes on the storeroom end of the hallway. There's nothing really magical about turning off the breaker, wouldn't you say? Yeah. Nice try, but that theory doesn't hold water, lawyer man. And why not? You're saying I turned the breaker off and then snuck up on Mr. Roll and hit him. In pitch black darkness with no source of light whatsoever. Oh, wouldn't it be convenient if the weapon he had was glow in the dark? With the lights off, that hallway's blacker than 100 midnights. Can't see that hand in front of your face. How can anybody commit murder like that? Unless it was somebody standing right in front of the victim, like the accused. I hate when he's right. Can't just let this point stand. Well, maybe the victim was holding something that served as a guide. Guide through the darkness.
Something? That's more than a little vague, would you agree?
You ain't gonna move this room with a big hunch like that, bro. You gotta hit him hard. Really make him feel it you hit me. Just like my verse, baby! Woo! I'm afraid I don't understand the witness's lyrics very well either. But in a trial, your arguments have to be clear and precise. Let's see some of that clarity and precision now, defense. Uh-oh, what do I do? You present to us something that could have served as a guide through the darkness? I can. Very easily. Yes, I can. Because there has to be something. Alright, let's see what you have, defense. What could the victim have been holding out that served as a guide through the darkness?
Take that!
I believe the victim was holding a treasure box. Huh?
Have you gone mad?
Well, the box glows in the dark, so you can use it as a sort of beacon. Well, guess you're right.
Why in the world would the victim be holding the treasure box?
Oh, well, because... guess is as good as mine. Wait, the victim? I thought we were talking about the The other guy. Is there no way to win them over? Thuds? Are we going to be needing those tongue shears after all? Hold on. Did I misread? What could the victim have been holding? Oh, I just misread the question. Well, he did die next to it, I guess. So it's really the only answer I could have given. No, Your Majesty. Yeah, man. Do it. Do it. Then we can jam out to this lawyer's shrieks of pain. Yeah, better get the screams of agony out now, lawyer man. We still have the tongue to scream with. I guess I better come up with a reason. No pressure or anything. As to why the victim was holding the treasure box, can easily be explained as thus. Rain, don't fail me now. Rainblats. What reason could the victim possibly have had to be holding that treasure box? The victim was holding the treasure box because he was... It's definitely not the thief. I mean, he was the security guard, right? I'm just gonna go with this. Because he was a security guard. Beg your pardon? Mr. Roll removed the treasure from the treasure room in order to protect it. What on earth are you talking about? He must have known that the treasure would be stolen on that day. Maybe he'd received a warning from the culprit. And so, before the treasure could be stolen, Mr. Roll decided to take it somewhere safe. Man, I really pulled that one out of my ass. Oh my, how thrilling.
Objection!
Magistrate, don't let the defense's forked tongue deceive you. If the victim even had an inkling of a potential theft, surely he would have let the temple authorities know.
Oh, you're right. Never mentioned a word of anything like that to me, and I'm the head monk. I'm suddenly not so confident about that answer. Whew, I just came dangerously close to having my soul sullied by the lawyer's lies. I'm not lying. Let's better try again. Oh, no penalty, huh? What reason could the victim possibly have had for holding the treasure box? Okay, I mean, I guess he was the thief? Thought we were asserting that and Sandon was a thief. Maybe that's why he also covered his mouth with a scarf. Maybe they were partners in crime. Both Pot Rollin and Sandon. It's an idea I just happened to stumble upon, but I think it just might be the answer. And it would turn this whole trial upside down. Hello, defense? Are you still with us? Let's hear this easy explanation you promised. Isn't it possible that it was because the victim himself was a thief? The victim? A thief? What kind of bull are you spewing now? Your Majesty, this guy's off his rocker. If the victim was a thief, everything we've learned so far would all make sense. And it would give us a completely new way to interpret the victim's actions. After the morning dance of devotion, Mr. Roll went to the treasure room. He grabbed the box and contained the treasure and started to take off with it. But then he ran into Albie on the Great Stairs. And that's why Mr. Roll pulled his gun on Albie. And then, when the blackout occurred, Mr. Roll was all bludgeoned to death in the darkness. And this explains why the victim would be holding the glowing treasure box in the dark. And how it would have been possible for someone other than the accused to kill him.
you have any idea what you're saying?
You're unbelievable there, man. I think you've lost it. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Roll trying to rule the temple. That devout believer? That pious Koreanist? Won't allow you to disparage the victim's departed soul with unfounded allegations. I hope you're prepared to back up your claim. Of course, Your Majesty.
Oh, really? In that case, can we assume you have proof?
Uh-oh. Proof, huh? Do you have any proof? Can't back down now. Yes, I have proof. In my dreams. Proof that Mr. Roll was the thief. Ugh. A bot. Ban this man. May have been left behind on a certain piece of evidence. Very well. What's your evidence and be ready to stand behind it? Footprints. Fingerprints. I'll take anything at this point. I need proof. Something that would have been involved with the theft. And that might still have some trace evidence left on it. I'm kind of at a loss here. What proof do you have that the victim might have been the thief? I mean, maybe his fingerprints were on something? But he was wearing gloves. Yeah, he's wearing gloves here. The notice. The defendant's fingerprints were found on it. This is obvious, right? I'm just gonna select this and hope it works out. The defense would like to examine this piece of evidence. Would you know? I don't think that piece of evidence will give us any answers. Never mind. Oof. My soul. Soul is damaged. Something that hold a trace of being touched. What's something he would have touched? He's wearing gloves, though. Something he could have tried to steal? Yeah, well, it's either the treasure box or the key, right? I mean, we don't have the treasure box with us, so we do have the key with us, so I think I'm leaning toward the key.
Take that!
Never mind. Fuck. You try to steal the key, right? Because you need the key to open the box. I may be stupid.
Take that!
Their friends would like to examine the treasure box. He's got gloves on. Why would he have his fingerprints on it? Maybe trace evidence on it that would show that the victim had held it. Might. Better hope you turn up something more definitive than that defense. Yes, sir, your majesty. Very well. Bailiff, bring the treasure box. Well, there it is. Quite small. Thought it'd be bigger. For your defense, you're free to examine it. If I don't find something now, my entire argument up to this point will be blown. Plus, there's that little matter of the old tongue shears. It's something. Just have to. Oh shit. Inspection time. I'm gonna make sure I remember how to do this. Gotta make Emma Sky proud. Rotate the evidence by sliding the touchscreen. Yes. Zoom in and out. Slider. Then, and always touch reset. Touch anything of interest. Got it. What do we have here? Well, we have some finger. I don't know what the correct word for this would be. Finger marks? It's not really a mark. The lid on the box was forced open. The victim was holding the box, the lid must have been closed. Try closing the lid too. Hey! What? You son of a... You locked it! So? What's the big deal? You can open it with that key you're wearing. Yeah, I can, no sweat. Then why is there a bucket load dripping off you over there? I think I'd like to open this box back up again. Could you lend me your Magatama key? Why are you sweating? Sure. Okay, let's see. Where's the keyhole? Well, it's the Magatama key, so wouldn't it go in the hole above the Magatama bark? Huh? It won't open. Would you look at that? The thief must have busted the lock when they forced the box open. Really? I'm not so sure about that. Not even the Magatama key can open it. Interesting. Find proof that the victim was holding this box. I mean, there's just gonna be a handprint here, right? Yeah. Easy. It's bloodstain. Shows the outline of a hand. Could this be what I've been looking for? Your Majesty, take a look at this. There's a bloodstain here that outlines the shape of a hand. Really? Let me see that. Oh my, you're right. Now I'm getting somewhere. Excuse me. I believe the bloodstain is an outline of the victim's hand that as he was holding the box. What? Even as he was being struck, he held on tight to the precious treasure box. After all, he'd gone through a lot of trouble to steal it. Blood from his head wound splattered across his hand and onto the box.
Majesty, don't let yourself be taken in. Just more of his lawyerly deceit.
What do you mean?
Mr. Wright, where is your proof that the outline is that of the victim's hand?
Okay, now I can pick the picture and point the hand out. Should have seen this coming.
Either shall proof or prepare to meet the shears. Or you could save us all some time and bite your tongue out now and submit it instead.
That I did not see coming. Well, defense, how about it? You have proof that the outline is of the victim's hand? What would proof of something like that even be? Please submit your evidence at this time. Only 2 left. It's the first case, the tutorial case. Yes, here it is.
Take that!
Got it. This is the evidence that's gonna save my beloved tongue. My precious tongue. Mr. Payne, despite your claims about my forked tongue, just so happens I have the proof you require. You do? It's right here in this crime photo. It is? Where? Defense, please point it out. I can't see. What proves that the bloodstain outlined on the box is that of the victim's hand, you asked? Here it is.
Take that!
Mr. Payne, take a good look at the victim's hand. Enhance. See this? That's blood. What? Place Mr. Roll's hand inside the bloody outline. You think the blood on his hand would complete the splatter? Exactly. Here goes nothing. And if they do form one complete splatter, it would prove my theory correct. Then the victim really was holding the box. I'd like to bet my life on it. The defense reasserts that the victim was the thief who stole the treasure box. You can't be serious! I protest. There's no way they could ever match up. I assert that it's only impossible for... Dude, that crown is the only thing keeping his hair from flying away. Talk about tongue karma. Sounds like he just bit his. What's the matter, Mr. Payne? Did your forked tongue get tangled up in there? Or were you trying to submit your own tongue to the court? All this tongue talk. Why you? I can hardly believe it. Apparently not everything out of the defense's mouth is a bluff. Of course not, your majesty. This tongue doesn't lie. And I'd like to continue to use my tongue in the future too, if you wouldn't mind. He never has to know it really was a bluff. No, not Mr. Roll. I can't believe it. I'm sorry, Albie. I know it's upsetting news. He must have needed the money badly, probably to support his family. After all, he even gave up his dream of becoming a monk to help them. Oh, so that thing Mr. Roll would say to me. Albie, you train hard and make sure you become a monk one day. Don't end up like me, you'd say. Oof. Yeah. He was probably warning you not to end up a thief. Mr. Roll.
Objection!
Now, wait just 1 minute. If the victim was the thief and he was holding the treasure box, then that means Mr. Roll was holding the murder weapon when he was killed.
Oh, that's a very good point. Doesn't make much sense, does it?
Objection!
And this is when we find out that the guitar is the murder weapon. If the victim was holding the treasure box, it couldn't have been the murder weapon. Which means the real murder weapon must have been something else. The real murder weapon?
Something else?
Blood was thought to have gotten on the box when the box was used as a weapon. But it turns out that wasn't the case. The blood splattered onto the treasure box the victim was holding. When he was struck with the real weapon, that's what really happened. Isn't that right, Mr. Anstanden? Are you insinuating I'm the one who used this real weapon? Are you saying I'm wrong in my Anstanden? Eh? Got me riled up, Lord Man. I feel a song coming on. Oh, this one's new. Yeah! I know I don't need to remind you, Defense, that your life is on the line. I know, Your Majesty. You're prepared to risk it on this mere idea of a real murder weapon. Death to the lawyer. This is it, the moment of truth. Can't back down, not now. Yes, Your Majesty, I am. I'm confident the real murder weapon does indeed exist.
That's a bold claim, Mr. Wright. Now let's see you back it up. Show us which piece of evidence points to this real murder weapon.
Gladly. If I knew which one it was, what would somebody like Ann Stanton use to bludgeon someone? What indeed? You submit your evidence to the court. Here you go.
Take that!
What I'm about to present is really nothing more than a possibility, but this thin thread is all I've got. Allow me to direct the court's attention to this photo of the morning dance of devotion.
That photo? How is that going to help you, Mr. Wright?
There's something about it that doesn't sit right with me. Oh yeah? And what's this something, This thing here is odd, to say the least.
Take that!
Mr. Ann Stanton? Why is the instrument you're holding different from the one you're playing in the photo? Would you look at that? They're completely different shapes. I believe you said your Damalon was your one and only? Well, Mr. Ann Stanton, what do you have to say to that? I got nothing to say. Then allow me to answer for you. They're different because the one in the photo is no longer in playable condition. Not after you used it to bludgeon Mr. Roll to death. My old partner wasn't doing so hot, so I brought her sister along, that's all. Wow. And with her sister. Right after? That's low, buddy. Not a big deal, lawyer man. In that case, please submit your old Damalon to this court as evidence. Too bad, you're too late. I got rid of her yesterday. Got rid? Burned her up with the rest of the trash. Ashes to ashes, baby. No! He's already destroyed the evidence? And I see more trash right here in this court that needs to burn in the fires of hell. Lawyer trash. Well, there's no proof to show. Come on, that was pathetic. Your agony can sound better than that. Where's that great scream of yours? What is that trick? This can't be how it ends. I think I've had enough. Seems the defense is unable to produce the evidence it needs to prove its assertion. Are you kidding me? You literally destroyed it. What more evidence would you need? But, Your Majesty, that's only because the witness destroyed it. Evidence is everything in court. Don't tell me you've forgotten this most fundamental principle of our profession. Without sufficient proof, your claim that Mr. Ann Stanton is the murderer is no more than conjecture. No more than conjecture, you say? After everything I've done? God. Phoenix, you should just quit. Get a job where people actually appreciate you.
There's the pained expression I've been looking for. By the way, there seems to be one more thing you're forgetting.
What is it now?
You accused Mr. Ann Stanton of being a thief. But the real thief turned out to be the victim.
Uh-oh.
And with that, Mr. Anstanden's purported motive for murder goes out the window.
Ah! Great point, prosecutor. You tell him. If I had been there, I would have just collared Roll and gotten the treasure back. There wasn't any reason for me to kill him now. Was there? There's no good counter-argument to that. You were just jealous he was getting the treasure first, so you killed him. So you could have it to yourself. Easy. Sounds to me that Mr. Anstanden has been completely wrongfully accused. Unfortunate as it may be, I think it's time to hand down the verdict in this case. Not good, not good. Vance, I trust you understand what you yourself will receive for taking on this case. Yay, what do I do? Murder weapon's been destroyed and I've got no motive. Albie will be convicted and I'll lose my life too.
Mr. Wright, you wasted this court's time and disparaged everything we hold sacred. We should charge you with majesty, in addition to the crime of abetting the accused.
Yeah, you should pay for desecrating my good name. Bye-bye, lawyer man. Time for you to do some repenting in the Twilight Realm. This guy's guilty as sin. I just know it. He must have had some reason to kill Mr. Roll, but what? Come on, people, let me hear you scream and shout. Time to take this lawyer trash out!
Exterminate! Annihilate!
The thing to do at a time like this is to turn my thinking around. I shouldn't be trying to figure out what Anstanden's motive was. I should be thinking about what kind of situation would give him a motive. Did you steal it, he said? We know that Mr. Roll was a thief. And that he had gotten his hands on the box. So then why? Why in the world did he ask Albie that question? He opened it, saw it was empty, so there was no treasure inside. Therefore, someone had taken the treasure beforehand. And that person was Anstanden. Case closed. The treasure box would have prompted him to. Ah! Defense, what's gotten into you? Now I get it. Now it all makes sense. Hey, Pokunka, man, what you trying to say? Muttering, screwing yourself. Sounds like you knocked something loose upstairs. Your Magistrate, please hold off on ruling for just a little while longer. Don't tell me you're going to start begging for your life now. No, Your Magistrate, that's not it. It's just that I realized something important. Been operating under a serious misconception this whole time. A misconception, you say? That's right. Mistaken notion about the treasure box. Could this really be true? If so, there's still a lot to figure out. Very well, let's hear what you have to say. Thank you, Your Magistrate.
Your Magistrate, this is just more of his nonsense. He's just stalling for time.
Ah, and the reason why the Magatama key doesn't fit into the box lock is that Anstanden switched the key with a fake on purpose so that nobody would be able to open up the box and find out it was empty this whole time. This is your last chance, Defense. The second I find it really is nothing but nonsense. No amount of begging will stay my hand. Understand? Yes, Your Magistrate.
We all know this is just going to be another one of your stupid bluffs.
Now then, defense. What is this misconception you mentioned?
The thing we didn't realize about the treasure box was that it was empty. What if the treasure box was already empty from the start? What?
What?
Please recall that when Mr. Roll ran into Albie on the Great Stairs, he asked the boy a question. "Did you steal it?" he said. Also recall that Mr. Roll was holding the treasure box at the time, so why then did he ask Albie the question that he did?
It's a bit peculiar, isn't it?
Not at all, Your Majesty. Not once he realized that. By the time Mr. Roll got to the treasure room, the treasure box was already empty.
I beg your pardon?
Mr. Roll suspected that Albie had gotten to it first, which is why he confronted Albie when he ran into the boy at the stairs. But how would the victim have known the treasure box was empty? He didn't have any way of opening it.
Objection!
Once a year, the victim had the duty of carrying the treasure box to the palace. He was so proud when he was put in charge of guarding the treasure box. He forgot to carry the box to the palace for the New Year's rite. He would have been able to tell by the weight when he lifted it that the box was empty.
Oh, I see. Yes, I suppose he would have been able to tell, wouldn't he?
Mr. Roll most likely decided to at least steal the empty box. It's an important historical artifact in and of itself, after all. Yeah, but what's your point, Mr. Wright? Does any of this have to do with Mr. Anstandon? My point is this. Gave Mr. Anstandon a motive to murder the victim. Let him quiver. Motive? Mr. Anstandon, keeping the treasure safe is too much pain. Mr. Anstandon, keeping the treasure safe is one of your duties, isn't it? So, if anyone had found out that the treasure was missing, you would have been accused of incompetence. From the moment Mr. Roll discovered that the treasure was gone, his fate was sealed, because you decided then that he had to be silenced forever. But that's absurd! Can you believe the stuff that comes out of this guy's mouth? This is all just a colossal joke.
So then what really happened to the treasure?
It had been stolen long before this incident occurred. By Mr. Peace-Loving Understanding himself. Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to accuse Mr. Anstandon? Your Majesty, please don't listen to these trumped-up charges. The defense is grasping.
Objection!
The treasure box can only be opened with the key Mr. Anstandon holds. Who else could have stolen the treasure?
Objection!
As I said, the accused stole the treasure by forcing open the box. Your Majesty, I call for a swift ruling.
I'm not ready to give my verdict yet.
What?
The defense has successfully presented a new possibility in this case.
Yes, finally, a tiny shred of hope.
Sir Anstandon, would you care to make any statements in response to the defense's claims?
It's time for your breakdown, buddy.
This is all bull. My noggin's a rage cage and it's ready to explode, baby. Instructor Anstandon, please calm yourself.
I'm not gonna take it. No, I ain't gonna take it. I dutifully watched over that treasure with pride. Now I'm getting accused of stealing it? This lawyer is a lying scumbag. Yeep. You better believe I got something to say. Open up your ear holes, sheeple. Let's rock. Death to the lying lawyer. Yeah, I need to lubricate my throat for that one.
Alright, this one better be the last one. It's 1 a.m. and I better go to sleep. I have a flight tomorrow to catch. All this time, I guarded the orb faithfully. Say, for duty to the Holy Mother, easy to see. Force the box open. Really? Lying lawyer, condemn him to hell. Kick him, throw him into a prison cell. Beautiful. Alright, we've heard from both sides. The treasure box is forced open by the accused, as the witness claims, or Mr. Anstanton opened it, as the defense claims. Defense, this is your last chance to cross-examine the witness. Last chance. This is the last one, right? Right? If you're unable to prove your assertions by the end of the cross-examination,
The DC Act will come into play, and both you and the accused will lose your lives.
I understand. Life or death. All comes down to this.
Mr. Wright.
Don't worry, I'm here to defend you. Promise it'll be alright.
Thank you. I believe in you, Mr. Wright. I know you can win this for us. And after we win, we can go see Miss Maya. Together.
It's a deal. Can't let all be down. To win this trial, somehow I have to prove that only Ann Stanton could have stolen the treasure. Do your worst, lawyer trash. This is your requiem. Last song you ever hear on this mortal coil. Alright. Lying lawyer. Alright, let's be efficient with this. This time I guarded the orb faithfully, sacred duty to the Holy Mother, easy to see. Force the box open, no key did he need.
Hold it!
Yes. The defendant didn't force the box open, that's a lie. In fact, you're the one who opened it, isn't that right? Come on, you just saw for yourself, didn't you? The lock was busted on account of the box being forced open. Oh, yeah. There's your proof right there. Score 1 for the metalhead. Look, the accused really did try to force his way into the box. Now, do you explain why the lock was busted and wouldn't open up for you earlier? How do I explain why the box wouldn't unlock earlier? Maybe there's either a different key or a different way to open it. I want to say that there's a different key. I'd like to suggest that a different key is required to open it. A different key?
Open the box.
As we saw earlier, the box wouldn't open with Mr. Anstanton's key, which means that a different key, the true key, must exist. Of course not. Can't prove that it doesn't exist. Just calm down a second and think about it, lawyer man. Why in the world would I bring a fake key here with me? Why, you ask? Well, because... Oh, I guess you got me there. Looks like that babbling brook you call mouth has dried up the source defense. Darn, I messed that one up. Witness, please continue with your testimony. Well, I know we got most of the way there. So we'll just try again. Excuse me while I blow my nose first, though. Alright. No key did he need.
Hold it!
Press. Yep. Different way to open it. There's a different way to open the box. Huh? What are you talking about? There's a secret trick to opening it to protect its contents from being stolen. And you're the only one who knows how it works, isn't that right? You for real? You've been watching too many movies, Laura man.
So you're one of those tourists? Honestly, Mr. Wright, did you come expecting magic and mystery around every corner?
I don't know, I just kind of saw a magical princess dance around a pool to show the visions of spirits of the dead. I'll be no defense. The kingdom of Korean is not some sort of fantasy funland. It is to me, okay? It's true I don't have any grounds to make that assertion, and yet... Oh yeah, I feel another song coming on. A little number about a crazy lord with a wild, fantastic idea. Delusional man, there ain't no other way. New verse, okay. Real method to open the lock, you say? Delusional man, there ain't no other way.
Hold it!
Delusional, am I? Well, we'll see about that. We have the box with us, don't we? Can we just poke around with it?
Indeed, the defense's sinful wrongdoing has made him lose touch with reality.
Let's hear it. What will be for the sinner's flight of fancy? Nothing, because I'm not the delusional one. I just know there's gotta be some secrets opening the treasure box. Really? Where exactly is the secret hidden? The secret is obviously hidden in... Well... Pot Roll was able to open the box without the key, so it's gotta be in the box itself. Treasure box. Where the box is a secret exactly? Well, it's... I hadn't thought that far ahead. It's the carvings. There's definitely something going on there. Are you sure? You're sounding a little desperate, Defense. Desperate? Not at all, Your Majesty.
The carvings are the accused snuck in to see, even though it's forbidden, I might add.
Goodness, can you tell us anything about these carvings on the box? Of course, as head monk, I know all about them. Carvings depicting Koreanese butterflies and carries a soul to the Twilight Realm. They were made in around the 7th century. I see. Could you please add that information to your testimony? Fine. Listen up, lawyer trash. Koreanese butterfly from the 7th century. Carries them Mitama, so elementary. Ah, what if the Mitama comes off of the box? And you could use that as the key. Wouldn't that be silly? The key attached to the box itself.
Hold it!
I believe this butterfly design conceals some sort of secret. Oh yeah? Why don't you check it out for yourself then?
I will.
What's with a smug look on his face? I think I'll do just that, Your Majesty, if I could. Nothing unusual here. Well, Defense, what have you discovered? I'm afraid I haven't discovered anything, Your Majesty. Here, I'll return it now. I told you, didn't I tell you? Then in that case, there must be some secret trick to the key. Very suspicious of the key, are you?
There's just no reasoning with this man. The accused forced the lock open. There's no other explanation.
That's right, he desecrated the box by opening it without using this Mitama key. Wait, did you just say? Sling it as many times as I have to get it through to your sick lower skull. The Mitama key. Force it and reap the founder's displeasure. Yeah. Yeah!
For the fearful defense's sake, could you please add that to your testimony?
So many additions. Let's see, what did he just say? Only the Mitama key. Sure, why not?
Hold it!
There must be some secret trick to this key. Oh yeah? What exactly is the secret trick? Huh? What's that smug look for? Maybe something like... can change shapes? Wow, man, that's some wild imagination you got there. Give credit where credit's due. You can daydream like a champ.
Just like any Magatama, this key is made out of a translucent material. One look and it's pretty obvious it can't change shapes.
Yeah, I wasn't really sold on that one myself. There was something odd about Stanton's testimony just now. Do we just present the evidence that the key didn't fit in the lock? Force it and reap the founder's displeasure. Where's the butterfly design on the box, by the way? I don't see it. Did we really just present the box? Guess we'll try.
Objection!
Ugh. You're laying your life on the line on that? Ugh. Apologize, may I try again? Oh my god. If I get a game over on the tutorial case, I don't think I can handle the shame. I'm gonna save here. What do y'all think? No. Maybe. No. No. Didn't work. Maybe. No. When the butterfly embraces the Mitama. Oh, here it is.
Objection!
Are you serious? Can I just load? I'm gonna load. Or should we just see what happens? Let's see what happens. Alright, first game over of many, I'm sure. I died. Yeah, rest in peace, Phoenix. It's over. Trial need not be drawn out any longer. Defense has failed to counter the charges filed by the prosecution. In accordance to the law, I invoke the Defense Culpability Act against the defense. Now then, this court finds the accused to all be her guide and his defender, Phoenix Wright. Guilty. Yay. Oh, they're showing me again. Never mind. Get back in there. Oh, you get all 5 again. Nice. Consult? No, fuck you. So we press here. I want to submit the Song of Devotion for the line that I get from asserting that there's an alternate way to open the box. Or there's something with the box. Reincarnated baby. Yeah, Phoenix Wright reincarnated into Phoenix Wright. Yeah. There's a different way to open it. Please. Thank you. Ain't no other way.
Objection!
Really? What the fuck could it be? Actually, first, I'm gonna get this consult shit off my screen. You're gonna see the options here. Consultation off. Confirm. Thank you. If I'm gonna consult anyone, it's gonna be chat. Chat, that's our cue. What's my logic so far? Okay, so for this statement, I presented this because it presented another way to open the box, right? When the butterfly embraces the Mitama, the favor of the orb is bestowed. So that's another way, but it didn't work. If I press on that statement, then it will just decrypt 3DS files. Oh, good luck with that. secret is obviously hidden in... box? Well, it's not that ahead. It's the carvings. Yep. Granny's butterfly. Okay, maybe I have to present it here.
Objection!
God damn it. Ugh. Come on.
Hold it!
I believe this butterfly design is some sort of secret. Yes. Nothing unusual here. What did you just say? Wait, what? You desecrated the box by opening it without using the atomic key. Only the atomic key unlocks the treasure. Force it and reap the founder's displeasure. Okay, so I got to this point. And, you know, Phoenix was like, what did he say? So that kind of hints to me that this is important. So I'm going to have him change it. So that's where I was last time. My last game over. Only atomic key unlocks the treasure. Force it and reap the founder's displeasure. Okay, well, how about I present it here?
Objection!
Nope, that doesn't work. I'm getting a little frustrated. Soul key for opening the treasure box. Keeps it on his person at all times. Oh, what the fuck? Magatamaki? Huh? You've got to be shitting me. Oh my god. Oh my... Okay, you got me. What the fuck? Wait a minute, Mr. Ansanin. You just called your key the Mitama key, didn't you? But didn't you originally say it's called the Magatama key? Spelling. Oh, there you go. Fix your strings, buddy. I know your Majesty, but apparently it's a rather crucial question. What's the big deal? So I said the wrong thing. So what? Simple slip of the tongue. Spelling. Spelling is a little important, guys. A for effort, Mr. Wright, but your grandstanding betrays your desperation. I'm afraid a small slip of the tongue like that adds absolutely nothing to your argument. Mitama, Magatama this, Mitama that, they all blend together. I say it enough times. What do you say, Defense? Is it an important detail? Did I understand his reaction? I'd say it's everything my argument needs. Yes, Your Majesty, it's very important. This key is apparently not the Magatama key, but rather the Mitama key. And I believe this discrepancy holds great significance for the defense. Nah, man, just a meaningless mistake. Insignificant. You're running the crazy train to nowhere, lawyer man.
Your Majesty, please don't pay the defense any heed. It's all nonsense. Payne's been saying this shit the whole trial. Shut up, man. He's like, don't listen to him. He's just lying to you. Don't listen to him. He's just bullshitting you. Don't listen to him. He's just bluffing. Shut the fuck up.
I'm sick of your shit, Payne. Tell the truth, I'm not really clear on what the defense is driving at myself. However, I am eager to find out.
What?
Defense, you will explain yourself like your life literally depends on it, because it does. Now then, in the name of the key, is the name of the key an important detail?
Yes, it's an absolutely important detail, I think.
Because the Mitama key is connected to the Founder's Orb. I see, very well. In that case, please show the court the grounds on which you are basing this claim.
Grounds, Your Majesty?
You can, of course, show grounds, can you not, defense?
Of course. What else can I say?
Come up with something.
Anything, even if it's just a bluff.
The Mitama key.
Mitama. There has to be something somewhere that ties Mitama and the orb together, and this is where I present the song. Because of the lyrics. See, I was just like 3 steps ahead. Come on, guys. I'm not dumb.
Take that!
My brain was simply too large.
What's that? The Song of Ceremony?
At this time, the real answer was right there in front of me. Right there in the Song of Ceremony performed during their Days of Devotion.
Your Majesty, the Song of Ceremony tells of the treasure, the founder of Koreanism.
But hidden within its lyrics is a secret behind how to really open the treasure box.
Oh.
Holy
Mother! Ugh. Can that be, defense?
The Song of Ceremony contains the following lyrics. When the butterfly embraces the Mitama, the favor of the orb is bestowed. I believe the Mitama here refers to the Mitama key.
Well, yes, it is the same word, but that doesn't mean...
We've been calling this key the Magatama key, and that's why I inserted this key into the lock with the Magatama design on it. But that was obviously not the right way to use it.
I suppose you know the right way?
I do, Your Majesty. To use this key properly, you have to first flip it, what do you mean, vertically or horizontally? Vertically? Turn the Magatama shape upside down like this. Why do you have to say vertically and horizontally? Just say rotate 90 degrees or like flip 90 or 180 degrees. Who says flip vertically and horizontally? Nobody says that. It becomes the Kuronese symbol of the soul, in other words, a Mitama.
Oh my, you're absolutely right. Now what? What do you do with it? It's too big to fit in the lock that way.
Oh, yeah, I knew he was just bluffing. Bluffs and lies are the only tools of his trade, after all. Must be some other place this key fits, but where? I wonder where. Put it in the fucking butterfly. Even though I didn't see any butterfly in the box. Where should the Mitama key actually be used? Oh, is it on the back? There it is. Here you go.
Got it!
Ooh, fancy.
My goodness. treasure box really opened.
Well, what? No!
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the real secret behind the Song of Ceremony. It's the true key to opening the treasure box. It's all over, Mr. Payne.
How so?
Let's say someone who was fooled into trying to force the front-facing lock open. Sadly for them, it won't budge. That's because the lock is, after all, just a decoy. Then what you're saying is, neither the victim nor the defendant would have been able to open the box. They therefore had no way of stealing the treasure. The only one who could have stolen it is the one man who knew about the atomic key. Peace, love, and understanding. But I'm not done yet. Please recall the scene of the crime. On the floor by Mr. Rule's body was the very unlocked and very open treasure box. Only someone who knew how to open the box could have left it in that state. And so, there can be only one true culprit. Admit it, Mr. Understanding. You're the only one who could have killed Mr. Roll. Phoenix casually revealing state secrets. Yeah. State secrets and religious secrets too. Well, I guess those two are the same thing in a theocracy, right? Dude, you're gonna give the whole courtroom tinnitus. Better pay for my medical bills here.
Yeah, Graf.
Huh? Cuckoo, cuckoo. Classic Ace Attorney. Curse him. It's all his fault. Why'd he have to try and steal the treasure? Why'd I have to spot him with that box? On my way to the storeroom after the morning dance. It's all his fault I had to cause that blackout and clock him good. I couldn't let my secret get out. Nobody could know the treasure box was empty. I'd lose my position as the head monk, and who knows what else they'd do to me. I couldn't let... I had to stop him. Yeah. Animation is schmick. It's very schmick. What a shocking development. I can scarcely believe it. Nothing like this has ever happened since the DC Act was enacted 23 years ago. 23 years ago.
No, my perfect, unblemished record. Destroyed.
In this country, at least.
Incredible pain. Ruined. No.
Oh, there you go. Completely bald. Wow. How far are you fallen, Payne? Peace, I said peace. Honestly speaking, I'm just as shocked as everyone else. But the truth has been made known, so it's time for me to give my verdict. In the name of the Holy Mother. Bastards were ready to behead a 9-year-old. For real. This place is a whack. The court finds the accused. I'll be your guide. Not her guide. I will not be saying it that way again. Not guilty. We get confetti? Ooh, butterflies. This is new. I can get behind this. Pretty. One 36 p.m. April 24th. Finally done. There's still quite a commotion. People in the gallery show no sign of clearing out.
Believe it. Not guilty. I'm still in shock. Can you believe that guy?
I can feel everybody's eyes on me.
This can't be happening. It's impossible. Oh, Holy Mother, preserve us.
I've been in a defendant lobby quite this uncomfortable.
Oh, the dog is so happy. Mr. Wright!
Oh, Albie.
Thank you. Thank you so much for what you did for me.
Oh. I'm just glad it turned out okay. It was touch and go there for a while.
I'm really sorry, Mr. Wright. I had a really hard time trusting you at first.
That's okay, Albie. I know how unpopular lawyers are in this country.
But how did it ever get this way in the first place? Let me explain. At least, I wish I could explain. But I don't really know why. I never even questioned it before today. By the time I was born, all the lawyers were already gone. As far as I can remember, verdicts have been based on her benevolence's insights.
Right, Rafa, the royal priestess.
Would imply that the trials of this country are unfair? Do explain, outsider. How verdicts founded on truths imparted by the very souls of the dead lack impartiality.
The truths that are interpreted by you, who is for sure not the soul of the dead. For her part, I'm sure she really believes in what she says, but even with her benevolence's divination seances, lawyers are still necessary. Without proper defense, people could easily wind up receiving wrongful convictions.
Mr. Wright, shh.
Huh?
Don't say that so loud. People might think you're a rebel. You might be arrested.
A rebel? A rebel?
That's right. One of those people going against our queen in the court system.
Oh shit. How do I join? They call themselves the Defiant Dragons. Dude, that's badass. Led by a scary guy named Dirk?
I'll do anything to overthrow her eminence, even commit crimes.
Dirk, I remember the people in the gallery mentioning that name. Sign me up.
Things that you're saying sound a lot like the stuff they say. But you're not scary like that Dirk guy.
Pardon the intrusion. Who is this man? Rebellion, eh? I think it's what this place needs, to be honest. You, yeah, you. I want to talk to you, see? Polite, is it? Right, sir. Phoenix Wright. And you are? I'm the Guarani's Minister of Justice. They call, the name's Inga Karkul Kurain. This guy's name is not a pun, I don't think. Inga Karkul. I oversee the whole legal shebang. I was watching that three-ring circus in there. You were? Wow, the Minister of Justice. This guy's not a villain. Not at all. So he's in charge of the entire court system, Defense Culpability Act and all.
Minister Inga. Where are you, sir?
Run along, mini-monk. Grown-ups are talking here.
Yes, sir. Very sorry, sir.
May I help you with something? Just wanted to get a good look at you. Guys like you aren't exactly a dime a dozen around here. Oh, well then. He's eyeing me like I'm some kind of exotic creature in a cage. Oh yeah, might as well share this little morsel with you. Turns out Roll was a seasoned thief, a repeat offender, see? Had my men look into it. They found all the booty he'd pilfered right there in his digs. But he seemed like such a nice man. Why, Mr. Roll? Why? Guess he was doing it for the family. What a mook.
Mook? How can you say that?
Guess that kind of sob story gets you common folk all misty-eyed, huh? Anyway, another thing. I had my men check out that understanding fella, too. It wasn't the one with the sticky fingers. It's the insurgents.
What?
They pulled the squeeze on our head monk, apparently. So we gave up the Founder's Orb and tried to keep it hush-hush. Wow, I see. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, say, White. That was a cute little number you pulled in my courtroom today, wasn't it? First not guilty ruling in 23 years. You're making waves, see? Stirring the pot. Catch my drift. Oh, well, guess I'm in for it now. Thanks to that song and dance, we know our precious national treasure got nicked. So I'm gonna call it a wash, let it slide this time. All I did was defend the accused. You do best to read between the lines here, chump. You're standing on thin ice, catch my drift. Even a dirty, no good Nick punk knows to cash his chips before the house steps in. Do both of us a favor and keep an eye on the path you're walking down. You never know whose toes you might be stepping on. This ain't your turf, buddy. Never forget whose soil it is you're standing on. So he gets the guillotine. Yikes, he was kind of scary, wasn't he? Yeah, well, no use worrying about it. We have more important things to think about, such as when we can continue the sightseeing tour.
Tour? Oh, anytime, sir.
Oh, what a change in mood.
We still have plenty of time until Miss Maya's training ends. There's still lots more temples to see. Find some local foods to eat. I can show you the natural beauty of the area and the waterfalls used for training. I haven't shown you the breathtaking mountain view from the Plaza of Devotion yet. This place where you can dangle off a great view of the Twilight Realm of the...
Wait, you can see the Twilight Realm? Take me there.
We're done with all that. We can go see Miss Maya together.
Yeah, you bet. Maya, wonder how she's doing. Hope she's okay. We're gonna have to defend her in this game. Again, won't we? Oh?
So, how about that not guilty, jerk?
I heard. Sounds like the winds of change are beginning to stir.
Dude, they're totally trying to make Dirk seem like the bad guy, even though he's clearly going to be an ally by the end of this. Come on. The magical turnabout. Oh, shit. Does this mean Trucy's back? Maybe. Everyone loves Trucy. Will we get a trailer for next time? Sure, let's watch the movie. This is not Korean. Oh shit, is that who I think it is? Let's fucking go! Yeah! That's my daughter!
Behold my might!
Holy shit. She got fucking roasted.
Shame on you, Mr. Rias! No! Using magic for evil!
Oh fuck, I'm Mr. Hat. That's it? Oh. It's Apollo time, boys. And girls. And everyone in between. Apollo next time. I need to head to bed. And as for when next time will be, well, it'll be in a while because I'm going to take a 2-week vacation. I mentioned earlier I was going to be flying out tomorrow, and that was not a lie. I'll be back here in a couple weeks, so don't miss me too much when we come back. We're going to play more of this. So, don't miss that flight. Ugh. I hope I won't. I need to wake up early tomorrow too. Jesus. I hope I didn't make a mistake by streaming tonight, but I really wanted to. Felt like waiting that long to finish the first case just didn't sit right with me. That's right. Nothing a bit of caffeine won't fix. All right, well, until next time, have a great rest of your night. Take care of yourselves. Be safe and well. I should probably talk about the game. I mean, that was good. Good first impression. I like the gimmick. The case wasn't too bad, except for that fucking spelling. Ugh, that spelling solution. Whatever. I was just, it was too late for me to notice. Mitama, Magatama. They're very different, you see. Well, I'm excited to see where this leads. This game is a bit harder than DD. Honestly, I welcome it. I just hope it's harder in a good way and not like a bullshit way. I don't think the whole Magatama Mitama thing was a bullshit solution. I just didn't notice it. Ace Attorney 1, Ace Attorney 2, I see. Those were fine difficulty-wise, I think. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. All right, well, see you all later. Good night, everyone. No outro music makes it so quiet. Maybe if I go forward a dialogue box. There you go. Never mind. Maybe one more? Who knows? There you go.